think I'm ready.
Simple parameters.
That's right. I was born ready. Let's go.
I ain't ever worried about them because I'm him. Creme de la creme. This guy like you trying to dim. It's the Culture Uncut podcast. I'm Silk and I'm kicking it with the fam.
Can't let them dim the light, cuz it's your boy Trey Pound, the moisturizer, your neighborhood hero. And I'm here to drink claws and soak draws. Splash.
I got a skill set they view as an imminent threat, and that's healing. Oftentimes I sit alone in my room, decoding just what I'm feeling. I often keep my head in the clouds, desperately chasing my ceiling, and I come to terms with the fact that in some people's story, I'm the villain. Peace.
It's Culture Uncut podcast. We kicking it. We got a special guest with us. Chelle. Chelle, what it do?
Hello, hello, beautiful people. I am Chelle. Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
You let me say Chelle the entire pre-show.
No, it's okay. It's Chelle. I
Hey,
just
Chelle?
say my own thing.
Oh, I like it. I like it. I rock with it. So it's we missing two today. We're missing KB. We're missing Rich Homie Maya, but you know we're gonna keep this thing rolling. Each week we're gonna pull up and give you guys a podcast. So we decided to pull up and kick it regardless. So we're gonna vibe out a little bit. Coming up fresh off of Mother's Day weekend. How did you celebrate it, Chelle? What did you get into?
It was really low key for me because I had one of my best homegirls come in town for her birthday. So she was celebrating her birthday here in Houston with me. So we hung out in H-Town. And for Mother's Day, we had partied so hard the last couple of days, doing a little this, a little that. And we just decided to do brunch at the house. So I cooked shrimp and grits, made some cheesesteaks, a couple of other things, some charcuterie. And we just chilled at the house on my daughter and my sister came over. We just chilled at the house on Sunday. So it was a whole vibe.
I like that.
I like some good old charcuterie.
I love a good charcuterie.
Yeah, no, that is a thing for parties. I like that. I like when like the gathering of family for events like that. People get so caught up in. I'm not a holiday dude, right? But I do love the getting together, building. You know, it takes that taking time apart to go spend some time with each other. Cooking a brunch at the crib is very fairly easy. What was it like? Did one person host or did everybody chip in?
No,
I hosted.
You hosted. Okay.
Oh yeah, I love to host. I like to entertain. I like to host. So when everybody come over, if you want to bring something, you can bring something. I'd normally just text and say, hey, what's on the menu? What y'all want? What y'all feeling like tasting? And they'll usually already tell me what they want of mine to cook. So.
Do they help out with the cleaning? That usually be a problem. Like you have one person that do all the cooking.
You hosting, you got to host. If you hosting, don't invite me to come clean, Trey. But what is your policy, Chelle?
I might ask my daughter. You know, I have a 22-year-old and 11-year-old, so I may ask one of them to help out with the dishes or something. But on this particular day, no, them dishes was looking at my ass once they all left. But no, I'll just say pop them in the dishwasher or something. I don't ask them to clean. No.
Yeah. I don't ask, but usually, you know, you give a look like, damn, like, especially if you're in the weeds sometimes.
Yeah.
I did say them heifers get on my nerves when they left when I seen all them dishes in that sink, though. I did say that because I told my friend while she was here, I said, you know, we weren't raised like this. Like when the aunties and the mamas and the grandmamas cooked, it was the little cousins that got on in the kitchen and swept the floor, cleaned the table off, you know, sanitize everything and do the dishes and stuff. Like it wasn't none of that. And so I try to raise my daughters like that. But even my mom, I'm like, Mom, you switched up. She be like, they ain't got to wash it. My grandbabies ain't got to wash. Like, what changed? So, yeah.
We're losing recipes, Chelle.
My recipe?
No, we losing recipes.
No, we are. That's why I say they different. You got to raise them different. Everything's different.
Already. Gio, how you spent Mother's Day? What was your vibes like? What do you call it in woke land? Y'all call it y'all participate in this type of shit? What's up with
Womb Man Appreciation Day.
No,
That's
some shit. That's some shit. Womb Man Appreciation Day.
No, I just chilled, man. Sent mine something so they could, you know what I'm saying, enjoy themselves on their day. Talk to my babies, talk to my mama, and that was it, man. Just real low key with it.
You had asked me for some woke Mother's Day quotes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because it was rather intriguing. So I wanted a Christopher Columbus it.
Okay, did you use them?
No, I didn't, bro. I didn't. I'll save it for the next celebration.
You trying to
I'll
get
find a way to twist it.
You trying to get a ghostwriter? What's going on?
No, Trey just said some hilarious shit, bro. And so I was just like, I gotta use that. So he just wanted to know what was the results on that.
All right, what you hit him with then? You hit him with
some philosophical type shit.
Creator Day?
No, not really. Just personal experiences type shit. How, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate them, what they do, the examples they set, that type of thing. Let them know I got their back type shit.
We need to hear that sometimes.
Yeah, man. It go a long way. Trust me, man. It go a long way. So can't be fighting you on the same team. You know what I'm saying? What Hope say? We all lose when the family feud. So
yeah. I mean that's I don't want to go down that bad. That's a dark alley to start the show with, but yeah, that's right. We all need that, Chelle. You know, that's what it's about. Like those words, that encouragement, affirmations, all of that from the people that's in your circle, your corner in life.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like not just on Mother's Day, but just regularly, like check on your people. You know what I'm saying? Like give your people love, make sure they know you're in their corner and all of that. Trey, what you did, man? You don't tell me you got the sheets wet, no perverted shit, man. Like Mother's Day, this is wholesome stuff, man.
Oh yeah. You know we gotta go down a perverted alley at some point of it, but we definitely no, I had looked up what was going on in the city. They had Lauryn Hill was here on the concert, so that's why I was posting a bunch of like her interviews. I got in my Lauryn Hill bag, posting like listening to her old interviews, her whole albums. Well, she only got 2, but she also had like a lot of unplugged stuff that she had going on.
Right.
So I was like, you know what, that'd be a dope venue to take wifey at. We went and watched Lauryn Hill. They had Coco Jones, Summer Walker, Lucky Day,
what a
lineup.
Money Long was out there. It was
I'm jealous.
Beautiful lineup, dog. So we
I was about to say, did Lauren show up?
Bruh,
don't do the Empress like that.
I love her.
Shit.
Hey.
That was gonna trickle over to the Lil Wayne shit. Like that's my beef, man. Like, bro, like people don't spend some hard-earned money, dog. Like I'm talking about the vendors, everybody started shutting down. The people stopped serving liquor, stopped selling food. It was like, man, she do this every time we come out here. She ain't gonna show up. Everybody like she ain't gonna show up. This motherfucker 12:30 pop her old ass out.
I won't give a shit with 3:30, boy. I would have been there. You hear me?
No, that was the thing. Like everybody started leaving, like because she is becoming like a norm of her not showing up. So everybody was like, you know what, she got us, but it was still like a good lineup. So everybody was satisfied. But
yes,
I still was sticking around, like, yo, like I still want to see what's gonna happen. You know, I don't want to be the one to just walk out and then I found out she come out and then boom. We was actually walking out, and then her old ass she hopped out of there, man, and did her thing. I was like, oh my God MC, man, Goat popped out. My beef is with the staff of State Farm Arena, bro. Like, don't crab. Let people record. People, let people get. People don't spend their money. Let them go ahead and record the act. You know what I'm saying? No matter where they at in the venue, they were just trying to like kick you out. Like, yo, like you got to go somewhere else and record. So they were trying to like police where you record, and that was my only like beef with it. But she came out.
I don't know if that's on them. That might be her. Yeah, no, because even though I went Dave Chappelle, you had to put your phone in a lock bag. You ain't even finna touch your phone doing his show. So a lot of creators, they want to make sure you come see me live. Don't screen me Instagram with especially her. She don't really pop out like that. So I think that those are her rules. I don't think it's the arena. As someone that dealt with Dave Chappelle having to put away my whole phone, because if Dave would have let me have my phone, I'd have been vibing, man. Like, yeah, Dave, hilarious, man.
You would have leaked that stuff like power.
I would watch it again at the crib, man. Like, run these jokes back by. I like the delivery on that one.
No, but it was all in all, it was an awesome Mother's Day. Wifey, she appreciated it. She was just happy. Like, I was pissed. Like, hindsight, I was like, damn, I need to control like my being like, I was mad that we were late to the venue. Like, damn, I like to show up on stuff like that, like on time, because I didn't know like if she was gonna be first, she was gonna be last, because they didn't give a list of when the lineup.
You gotta match her energy. She gonna be late, you be late. Type shit.
But you don't know if she's gonna be. Sometimes
it's Lauryn Hill. She is not showing up on time. we know that about Lauren, bro.
Oh, the dude at the bar told me, like, dog, I'm sorry you done paid all this good money to come see this shit, but you might not see nothing.
Yeah, no.
But like you said, all the other acts were fired. So I mean, you wouldn't lose. It's just like a slight disappointment, because she is like definitely
that's bucket list. She's a bucket list artist to catch, man.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Especially for us.
Yeah, she was definitely the motivating factors in buying the ticket. So I was like, all right, if I can see Lauryn Hill. I know wifey, she was big on saying money long, because she didn't know the damn name of the song.
Hours and hours.
She called that shit hers and hers. I was like,
yeah. I like how she really got real shit going on in life. She ain't saying she ain't practicing these songs or nothing like that. She got other stuff she into, man. Like fame, and all of this is not Lauren's bag, bro. Like, I think that's one of the things she struggled with. I think she probably deals with some of the stuff that Summer Walker say she deal with, but like social anxiety. Yeah, I think she deal with a lot of that stuff. So it ain't just, I don't want to go out there and perform. I think it's a big thing for her to even get out there and perform in front of people, not just because of social anxiety, but like this industry and this game, fame, a lot of that shit, bro. It weighed on her early in her career. We didn't even get Lauren like that because of this, man. So to catch her in a concert, you know the risk you taking when you buy that ticket, Playboy. You know what's going on.
Time. That's just I'm just a huge fan of it, so I don't mind taking a risk, to be honest with you. I call it the Scat Pack tour.
Scat Pack.
That was a treat, though. That was a treat. You would have got all the brownie points for that one. Yeah.
No, that's a great gift, man. That's bucket list. I got Lauren's like just artist, period. She's in my top 10 of favorite artists altogether. Rap, it don't matter what genre.
Absolutely.
Right? She is her.
Same.
I just chilled, man. Didn't get a lot. When to go. I had to record, so I had to work my regular recordings for the roll up a Sunday morning. So the fam went to church. I recorded interviews, did my thing. After that, went and saw moms, and we just lounged around the house, man. Didn't really do anything special. I'm just keep it a bean. We just kicked it, watch movies, and just vibe. That's what I did. Work.
That is special though.
Yeah, time.
That's a love language.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I got all the time. Time is the only currency. I mean, depends on how you look at it. Some people say time ain't real, but it's a more of a currency for me than actual greenbacks and money. You know what I'm saying? Like 24 hours giving somebody your undivided attention is valuable. So that's all I be wanting on these holidays. Time, you know what I'm saying? You got some time for me on Father's Day, my birthday, Christmas, my loved ones. You want to spend some time with me? Let's kick it. You ain't got to spend a dime. We can find something to do.
100% on that one.
For real, 1,000%. You already know how I was hitting you up on Mother's Day because, I just want, like, I wish I had that time. Man, I want to talk to my mom. I want to see my mom.
Right.
And it was just hard trying to get a hold of her. And that shit just hit home, like, bro, like I just want like be around. I just want, to hit them words, see moms, and it's just not being able to.
Just special.
Yeah.
You were not alone on that. I didn't get to see my mom on Mother's Day, and so I asked her because she meet me in Louisiana this weekend. So I'm looking forward to putting arms around her because I wish I could have drove to Mississippi to see her. So I feel you on that.
Oh, that's fire. Now, time is I had gave my mom, she wouldn't pick up the phone early in the morning, so I did put a little message on Facebook kind of saying what Trey was saying. I know, like, you got to count your blessings, man. Like Brosen, like made done incredible things with becoming a chief, and he tried to travel and sacrifice a little bit, but sometimes I wish that I could have saw the world like bro did, but I count my blessings, man. Like to be able to see my mom all the time. I appreciate it now that I'm older, but I go see my mom almost every day. And then I can see that one on my brother's face sometimes, even when I say it just so nonchalantly. I'm going over there all the time. I'm always there. I know he want that same thing. So like we always got to count our blessings because that time, man, time is everything, bro. That's more valuable than nobody's gonna sit on their deathbed and like, man, I should have worked more. I should have acquired more things. Nah, you're gonna be like, man, I should have spent more time with my family. Like that's all you're gonna think about. You're gonna think about what you bought them. You're gonna think about the bullshit you went through with them. You're gonna think about, man, I should have been more present. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much time you spend with them, you just gonna always feel that way. So just cherish time.
That's real.
Yeah.
Real.
I gotta finish. I started the Dear Mama series, Tupac, Afeni Shakur series that's on FX or Hulu. I started that because Trey hit me up, or he mentioned it on, I think on this show. So I had to go check it out. Bruh, it's I'm not finished yet. I'm halfway through episode 3. I believe it's a 6-part series, and still got. Is it finished? It's a 6-part, right?
It's 5-part.
5-part. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm halfway through 3. Still got something to finish. It's just starting to get a little sad, so I had to take a break. You know what I'm saying? I see. If we all know the story, so as they going through the documentary, it's starting to get to where it starts to get a little, like around that time. So I took a break from it. But everything I've seen so far, amazing work, bro. You could tell Afeni did a lot of this stuff. The dialogue that they got from her was towards her death, her final year, because she was still here after him, so she was able to tell some of this story. Seen some Tupac documentaries before. I don't seen anyone that's out there I've probably seen. Big Tupac fan. But this one just hits different, man. It breaks down a lot of spiritual stuff that he was going through, political stuff, from a lot of aspects. Friends, enemies. It just breaks down a lot of his perspective and his camp's perspective on what was going on, and not some random director or anybody like that. So I thought it was very unique.
Yeah, likewise. I love like how they kind of broke everything down as far as like how like counterintelligence kind of like dismantled like his whole like life, dog. Like not his life, but his family's life. I ain't realized like how in depth like he was involved with the Black Panther Party, like his mom, his dad, his stepdad, his godfather, his aunt.
I've been saying this for years though, man. Like he was the Messiah. Like, and it felt like a design plan to get rid of him. Go ahead, Phil. Go finish. Trey. I didn't mean to cut you off, brother.
No, you good, bro. That was gas. Because like I didn't even know like he was named after a martyr.
Yeah, he had a purpose. His mom like designed. It's a lot like
smart.
It's a lot like Kanye, man. Like Kanye's a Black Panther baby as well. His parents were activists, bro. Like they have a lot of similarities. If Tupac was in his era, has like his wild perspective and a lot of his opinions will be a lot similar to what Kanye does. And it may be with white women too, because Pop was with everything. He didn't have no preference. But I think there's a lot of similarities. And I think that both of their mom were very strong women that worked around the Panthers. You can see a lot of similarities in the way they moved, man.
Yeah, and I think the director too, he even quoted in that thing that he's easily like the most misunderstood person of the 20th century. And I can see that. Like in hindsight, like he had a grasp of the youth. Like we got it, like listening to him, like, oh man, this is like we all should follow this. But watching it in hindsight, like watching it now and looking at like all these leaders, like all these people, like he would go to these doggone meetings, to these town hall meetings, and tell them like, hey, this is how we should move. This is what we need to do. And they would just like fucking just kick him out. Pretty much just like ignore, like just treat him like they blasphemy.
Because they couldn't hear the message. They hear the tone. It's a lot like a lot of other messages today. People don't want, like, they hear the tone, they hear the cursing, they see and hear thug life, but they wasn't getting the message. As parents, we had parents that would get in trouble for having Pac albums. Like they thought, like, nah, don't bring that in my house. Like it was bad stuff, and what he was talking was, like, was freedom. You know what I'm saying? What Pac was out there wasn't anything crazy, and they made him look like he was some, some wild man trying to be about, actual thug stuff, and that's not what he was coming. His approach wasn't like let's move like thugs or kill each other. It was more on, yo, we deserve more. Like let's treat each other better. Like when you listen to the songs, he say that type of stuff that people are preaching today. He was saying that back then. We need to change the way we eat. We need to change the way we treat each other. Like the way we communicate with each other, and everything else will change. Pac was saying that back then, but only thing they would see is, what the media wanted them to see, the way
that
media
image,
wanted to paint Pac. You know what I'm saying? And older, we as Black people got to get better with embracing youth and taking in the message. Like what's the overall purpose of what he's trying to do? I may not like him because he's from a different generation, so the style may be a little brash. But if his overall purpose is for Black people, we need to find a common ground.
Yeah.
If he's saying his purpose is for like the betterment of Black people, forget his tone. How do I find a middle ground with this brother so we can get some progress?
I think that was the thing that kind of hit me. Like how come like nobody grasped like his purpose? Like, cause yeah, he may have cursed, but like the shit he was saying was like profound. It wasn't like no like.
I think Pac, like my biggest take from it, like because some people become aware too early. I'm not gonna say too early because everything's on God's time. I think Pac was ahead of his time, and I think he had too much testosterone, young energy with what he knew. Like his mom weaponed him with knowledge. He understood a lot from a spiritual level, political level, and like from a worldly level. He understood a lot, and I think it was too much energy and too much awareness. Like he wasn't ready for it, man. And I don't think it's just him. It's a lot of. I'm glad some of the stuff I know. If I was aware of this when I was younger, right? Because I've always been super Black, super like, like that same type of energy. We Pac babies, bro. Like we all from that era. So we all had that energy, but I wasn't aware. I wasn't like understanding life and how it's really set up. Once you realize what the trap really is and the games they really playing, now I'm calm enough and wise enough to play the game in life.
Better. Yeah.
Right.
But to the same like in the same breath, he also knew like he was on a clock. Like he was like felt like everything was calculated. Like he was on a mission, like to get like shit done. And he knew he wasn't gonna be here for long. He knew that like the freedom that he wanted wasn't gonna come in his lifetime, but he wanted to give like put everything out there that he could type. That's what I got from it. Like
I got a lot from it, just like because sometimes you could just get like you got it. Like Pac had a lot of signs of the people that were around him. You know what I'm saying? Like even from like he was aware from a spiritual what the world was, but right around him he had devils around him, and like I just wish he was just more aware of like
it's
this
around
stuff. Like we can look hindsight 2020. Sometimes we do that with our own lives. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to see it when you're in it sometimes, but. Like it was like major stuff that was happening in the park at pivotal points when he was really grabbing. Like he dropped Brenda's Got a Baby and then they hit him with the rape thing, right? It was a setup. We all know it was a setup. He said Haitian Jack. We all know it was all fair setup. And then you go from that to another incident, and it's all people around you. Like even from when he got shot at the studio, it's all people around you. And at that point, I done got shot. You just got to be more aware. You know what I'm saying? And Afeni said a lot of that in her dialogue, just like the awareness and the people around him. And that's what to do you in. We talked about that on this show before, but who you call friend, who you embracing, everybody don't have your best interest. Some people gonna pretend they like you, pretend to be around you the entire time. They either want your spot, or do harm to you because they don't really care. They don't have the best intentions for you. So just always be mindful of who in your circle, who you say you love, who you confide in, because it's detrimental, man.
Yeah, watching listening to her say that too, right? Because she did say like she would give like certain dialogue through certain scenes, and she was like,
right.
This ain't you. This ain't the person who raised. Like, what are you like? What are you doing? What you doing? And like that's not Tupac. That's not the man I raised. And hearing her say that, it kind of like it draws it out of you. Like, damn, like how come, he didn't listen to a lot of like it was certain instances like Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I know what you're saying, but it was so many instances like where you I could relate to a lot of stuff that was happening, right? And I got a chance to see like like because you see this young boy raised by his mom, and you can hear the love for women when he speak the things he was doing. And then in that documentary, he explained how gullible he was, you know. And then people in the documentary saying how it flipped, how he was, you know, trying to be a ladies' man, be nice and all of that. And then he started running into women that were totally different. So you could see the gullibleness in his young interviews
Yeah.
when he was so gullible, even though he was aware, you know, his mom weaponized him with knowledge that so he knew how things worked. But he was gullible when it pertained because he wasn't raised by a man. He was raised by a woman. So a lot of women ways he was gullible to until he got out there in the real world. And then you start getting songs like "You Wonder Why We Call You Bitch." It wasn't never no slight on Brenda's Got a Baby, but he started getting into the world and started realizing, yo, not just dudes, women will be around you for the same conniving game, and everybody ain't a queen. All women ain't queens.
Yeah, and then also like her failure too, like her not being really like actively around when she started abusing drugs and stuff like that. That also kind of like affected him big time as well.
Did you sense his beef with the Black Panther Party, like how they treated his mom?
I sensed it when he went to jail.
Now he mentioned it. If you listen, like watch it back throughout the documentary, it keeps talking about. If you watch his old interviews, he talk a lot about his mom being on drugs and all the Panther babies. Like they're all their parents were on drugs and nobody was taking care of them. A lot of like his mom, even his mom kept telling him like, "Don't die for people. Like people will use you. You know, like they'll use you for a cause, and when they're done with you, they'll throw you to the garbage." So I sensed a lot of that as well. Like even when he was speaking at some of that stuff to the older people, that was at some like new Black Panther type stuff. But he was calling them to the carpet on like family stuff. Like, yo, when this all this imploded, like where did the kids go? Like some of these women were on drugs, some went to jail, prison. There were no support. Everything just went to shreds. So I sensed a lot of that as well. Watching the documentary was like he had some discontent with the way the Black Panther Party moved with his mom. You know what I'm saying? Post everything being said and done, like it led to them being homeless, her being on drugs. So that's what stuck out to me. It stuck out to me as well. I don't want to talk about it too much. You watch the Surge?
No, I didn't watch it, bro. But I
Man.
appreciate the insight. It gives me something to look forward to and you know what I'm saying, counteract type shit.
Right.
I haven't watched it either, but I have a lot of insight on it because that's my mom's number one favorite person. And she taught me a lot about that. And when you spoke on how the government and him being before his before his time and stuff like that, she taught us, me and my siblings, that really young about Tupac and his death and stuff. And she set us down because that's actually one of her absolute favorites. So we can be in the car and one of the newer rappers will be on and she be like, "Can you turn this stuff? You shouldn't be letting your girls listen to that." But let Tupac come on. Hold up. Wait, don't turn that. The most gangster Tupac song, the most gangster, like cuss words, everything on Sirius XM. And she'd be like, leave that. It means something. That means something.
It's the message in there somewhere.
So I look forward to seeing the series. I do have a lot of background on it, but some of the stuff that y'all talked about, I'm looking forward to, like his mom's dialogue with the new one. So
yeah, man, Malcolm X is the father of rap, man. He's the father of rap, bro. Like all rap, man. Think about it, man. Like the Malcolm babies, man. Tupac was a Malcolm baby, man. The Black Panther Party was birthed off of Malcolm and all of that, man. Like Malcolm is the GOAT. Anywho, let's get into some ad reads and pay the bills and hang out. We got quite the docket. Excited to hang out with Chelle, see what it do.
You remember the part where he said Pac lived 3 nigga lives in 8 months?
Yeah, he did though. Bro, I tell him before they even got to that part, I'm telling my kids, like, this man died at 25. Like, you watching this documentary of some people won't live half of that. Like what he accomplished, how much music he made. And I don't know, like a lot of people speak about like not living long because he just educated enough. I'm pretty sure his mom educated him on that name he got. Like that person died early as well. So if he talked about death a lot, but I don't know if he knew he was gonna die that early. 25 is so young, man. And when you're really that age, you feel invincible. And he was moving a little bit, like he just wasn't cautious. So I don't know if he knew he was gonna die. I knew he knew he should have thought he could die. After getting shot, you would think, right? You know, like he should have thought he could die, but you know, surviving certain things, you probably feel like you're invincible.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely had that.
It's all good, man. Pac didn't die in vain, though. Like he said, like when I sparked some brains, so whenever I'm gone, I know I sparked the minds of other young brothers that gonna carry this torch. And Nip was one of those guys that said like he was one of Tupac's sparks. So, and it's a lot more out there, bro. Everybody ain't rich, everybody ain't famous, but Tupac definitely got a lot of smart sparks in our community for sure. Anywho, one time for the great folks at takeavacay.com. Whenever you visit takeavacay.com and buy the THC products they have, use coupon code CUP at checkout for 15% off. They have gummies, vapes. Gummies, they have kiwi, blue raspberry, watermelon, and pomegranate. They have vapes in the flavor of bubblegum OG, cherry pie, blue dream, and I'm missing one. I'm always forgetting one.
Usually the cherry pie, but
I started with cherry pie. So I covered cherry pie, man. But anywho, visit these folks. And if you're not into THC products, they have natural products for sleeping, which is a sleepy gummy. It's derived of ashwagandha, lemon balm, melatonin, and other natural products. Use coupon code at CUP at checkout. All this is federally legal to your mailbox. It's Delta 8 THC. Jump out, boys. Police. Nobody's gonna pull you over, harass you, and you ain't got to meet the plug at the Shell gas station or the Country K. Straight to your mailbox.
What about Cracker Barrel?
I don't like go anywhere that says cracker on it.
No, I'm right there with you.
It feels like slavery when you walk in there. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I want to test the water, see where you can meet them at.
Last time I went to Cracker Barrel, I was just like, these pancakes just taste racist.
Oh yeah, I was kind of forced into the last time I went there. I was like, I don't know about this. Had a lot of history on the walls that I ain't agree with.
Yeah, you feel me? It just tastes racist. I don't know what it is.
Wait, my granny was a host there for like 10 years, and she loved it.
Did she look at the pictures and shit? Or she didn't pay no attention.
I mean, we live in Mississippi.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Slave bill.
We didn't get y'all the memo that shit free now.
Shoney's closed down, so she had to go on over there to Cracker Barrel.
Shoney's was that shit though. I'm gonna be real with you, man. I was a Shoney's baby. Like we went to Orlando and shit like that, especially with my auntie, but we was going through Shoney's to get that buffet, cuz.
The Wednesday night buffets for kids eat free.
Yeah,
we was up there with them chicken nuggets and macaroni and cheese.
What?
Oh yeah.
They had some
$5
You know, $5 pancakes for sure. Bust them joints down. All right, we out of the ad read. How's entrepreneur life for you, Chelle? That's what I want to talk. Before we get into our topic stuff we got on this docket, what's entrepreneur life for you? I know you have several things going on. First of all, what do you do, and you know what's your daily process and your journey like so far?
Well, entrepreneur life. So
I don't want to hit you with no head. Like don't feel pressure.
Don't let nobody sell you on no dream that stuff comes easy. That's first of all.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't care what it is. You know, you're going to pour your blood, your own money, sweat and tears into it. So I own a trucking company. Me and my business partner, Jen, we own a trucking company, Magic Transportation and Logistics Services. And I also own a hospitality company, Queen Hospitality, where I do like short-term rentals, Airbnb, rental arbitrage kind of thing. And so we started that trucking company in 2020 when people were like, don't start no company. That's stupid, whatever. And we went and bought an 18-wheeler in Atlanta and got our own authority and started our own business. We didn't care what other people said.
Oh, no, don't listen to other motherfuckers. They be hating.
They do. But I don't know. I always tell people, they're like, how did you get into that? her and I, even though we were in two different states, I was in DC at the time. She was here in Houston. We always knew I was coming back to Houston. And we always have talked about what we were going to do as a business. So we have always felt like we knew we were going to be business partners. We just didn't know what we were going to get into. And it had to be something that both of us were willing to pour our energy into.
Right.
And both of us were just getting trucking both ways. She was getting trucking from guys at the gym and people in her conversation and her little, circles here. And then I was getting trucking from retirees in the military and working with DOT with hurricanes and stuff, doing my own job when I was still in the military. So it was just hitting us both ways. And we were just on the phone like, yo, you thought about this trucking thing? And I'm like, man, I just heard this. And we just kept like coming back to each other for weeks at a time, telling who we met and what we heard about trucking. And then we just said, you know what, forget it. We about to start doing our own research. Let's do it. Right. And we started listening to some podcasts that basically took us step by step by step. I mean, it was clutch, and we did it and bought our first, cash 18-wheeler. And here we are, 3 years, February, May, 3 years for us. And like I was telling y'all earlier before we started taping the show, this week we paid ourselves for the very first time.
Talk that talk. No, here's the thing though. You gotta talk that sacrifice though, because people think when they start a business, they're gonna just start making money right away. When nah, bro, like most businesses not profitable until 10 years. 10 years in, if you're trying to build something, if you're just selling some bullshit on Instagram, whatever, and trying to flip a quick dollar, that's something different. But when you're trying to build a trucking business, something substantial, brick and mortar, a legacy. When you're trying to build a legacy, you're gonna be 3 years, like you just said, 3 years before I cut myself a check.
And the craziest thing, y'all, is we've had to pivot, but we just recently had to pivot like in a really kind of way that most people would think, oh, no, they going down. This is them going under. Because we actually had to take trucks off the road, let the driver go, pay the truck note ourselves out of our own money. And you'd be surprised we had to look back and we was like, okay, what now? And I'm like, we just pivot. And we had realized that all this money that was coming into the company and how well we were doing, we still didn't let that go to our head. We remained humble, and we just kept putting that money back into the company and buying more equipment. So now we're heavy on the rental side of things, renting out equipment and stuff like that, trailers and things to other drivers who own their own trucks.
Right.
And that's nice how. So that actually allowed us that pivot that was like, to some would be like a lack of success. You can look at it very negatively, but it actually put us in a position to bring in thousands of dollars in residual income that we could split between each other because all of our stuff is paid for. So the money we put in and the times that we didn't receive a paycheck over these 3 years, we actually get in, a nice little cut every month. No overhead.
Yeah, that'd be the shit, Chelle. Like when you hit a roadblock, and like how you gonna handle it? Like how you gonna pivot? Are you gonna just up and forward? Are you gonna listen to the naysayers? Are you gonna like, nah, let's double down. Let's invest in ourselves. Let's go ahead and let's let's put back into the business. This is what we set out to do. We're not gonna tuck our tail and fold. That's what's admirable about what you guys did. Like you guys hit an obstacle within your journey, and you didn't like, all right, you didn't like, all right, well, this is it. You know what I'm saying? We tried. You're like, oh, nah, bro, let's go ahead and let's put the gas down. Let's mash down on this shit and let's keep it going. That's what.
Yeah, in those situations, man, like, and I don't care what business you're gonna start, everybody pivot. Like what Apple is, like Steve Jobs had to pivot. Like that shit didn't work, and like he didn't have a bad idea because he got successful to that point. But when it got to that point, all right, this don't work. Something about my model, I got to change, and you pivot, and that's a part of business. And this it's a sport for me, right? Like we all into this, man. Everybody on this show participates in on this entrepreneur journey, and to me, it's a sport. Like you gotta be a killer to kill. Like this ain't for everybody. Football ain't for everybody, right? Basketball, boxing, all that shit ain't for everybody. And being an entrepreneur ain't for everybody. some people gonna get to that point where you got to and start selling their stuff. Like, I just want to make my money back and not try to come up with a creative way to pivot, because they ain't in this for life. They ain't in this for legacy. They in this to make a quick dollar.
Yeah. Or start fighting, going against each other.
Correct.
Together.
Correct. You gotta be solution based. Yes. Like dealing with business and partners and people around it, we never come at each other. Like that's my rule with doing business. We never finna attack each other. Even if somebody made a mistake, we finna get to the solutions, because we'll talk about the mistake and we'll correct that when that's time. But right now, we gotta fix the problem. And then how do we all get on the same page? Let's get solution based. And then once we figure out solution, like, hey, bro, you fucked up back there. Like, what's going on? You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We'll worry about where we running when we get done running.
Right,
shit.
right. You feel me?
Just keep running together.
There we
whatever
go.
it is. Even if you're liquidating or whatever you're doing, just run together. But just keep bouncing stuff off each other and, asking people too. We had to really reach out and, dig deep into all these people along all these years that we got advice from, or that we were like checking their websites or calling around. All these people we network with, we reached out to them. It was like, hey, you call this guy, you made a good rapport with that person, and let's just see what they say. Let's see what they think about it. And so we really did have to dig deep for a second there.
I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, it's okay.
Did you guys how do you guys come up with the idea to start renting to others? Did you guys have that problem yourself where you had to rent trucking equipment and that gave you the idea? That's what happened?
Yeah. Okay. So yes, exactly. That's what happened. We needed a solution. Our driver at the time, he was like, you can do this. You can rent trailers or whatever. And we're like, word. So we rented our very first flatbed when we started. When we bought the truck, we was like, okay, we have a lot of money now. Like, we got to keep this rest of this money that we saved up when we started this business, because we're 100% 50-50. So we were like, okay, we don't have money for a trailer. What next? And so that's why we ended up renting a trailer. And we had the worst experience renting this trailer from this guy here in Texas. It was a bad business. But sometimes what people say about leaders, you can learn from the bad ones, right?
Yeah.
So we learned from him. One, I stole his contracts and stuff like that. Like I pretty much had to change them because they weren't that good. But I was like, okay, this is all he got. Okay, but
modified it.
Exactly. I don't believe in reinventing the wheel. But what I will say is that trailer broke down on us the very first day. Like the very first load we got, we almost took it late. The driver almost delivered it late because we blew out like 2 tires on the way. Then he made it, and then you already know getting roadside assistance, how much that costs. That's like at a premium. Right.
Yeah.
Turned around, left after dropping the load and making it, and turned around and blew 2 more tires. So we ended up replacing all brand new tires on this trailer that we rented. And when we called the guy, we were like trying to like, hey, can you split it with us? Can you do something? What can you do? He was like, what? No, that's on you. Normal wear and tear. So 3 years later, here is our experience. But you know what? We don't treat our people like that. We give them a grace period. We allow them to rent as is. But if it's something that would be on us, we just say, hey, take it off your rent or send us the invoice and we'll take care of it. And we let them have a grace period for that, because we always want to be good to the people.
Yeah, I want to be upstanding.
That's right. Because it does come back on you. That karma is something else in business.
Yeah, they say we evolve when we uncomfortable. And I want to ask, one thing I do want to ask is, because that's a male-driven industry, right? The trucking industry. How, like, what are some of the challenges you face as far as 2 Black women in the trucking industry? Like, I know that had to be complicated, and what were the challenges and how you kind of got over that hill?
So from startup, when I knew people that would like spill the beans and tell me all about their trucking company and how great it is and stuff like that, when I went back to some of those same people who had known me for years and years, when I told them that I wanted to do that, they kind of like ignored me and wouldn't answer my questions, So I kind of dealt with that. We ended up getting so much from strangers.
What's that feeling like though? Hold on. What? Because that like, what's that feeling like? Like these people you think are your friends, and then they don't give you the game, Like, what's that feeling like? Because you get to feel like you get to see how people really feel about you a little bit in a moment like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
It, you know, I just say another good friend of mine told me, stop asking. Like they said, hey, call me, you know, call me, let me know if you really trying to do this or whatever. I'm gonna give you some nuggets. Wouldn't answer the phone. And I was like, I see this person doing this. They're doing well at it. And I didn't expect them to give me the blueprint, but I expected them to.
Blueprint.
You put it out there. You put it out there like you told me to give you a call, and then
right.
So at least uphold that end of the deal.
Yeah. Right. So I don't do that, but I also do realize being in it at this point that people will take and stay on the phone with me for hours and pick my ear and text the heck out of me and won't do nothing with it. And that's right there what'll piss you off. That is right there what'll piss you off, because it's like, it's good getting information, but a lot of people always tell me, Michelle, you need to monetize these sessions that you having with these people, because people do not value your time. So that's why I was like, I wanted to just like clap it up and do a holy dance back here. We're talking about time. Because
I charge a consulting fee for, like, when people want to hit me up about podcast stuff or get my advice on marketing, whatever it may be, bro, know what's up, man. He sent an invoice. Consulting fee, bro. Like, I don't give away too much game, you know. Like, I've seen people, I've given ideas to people, they've taken it, run with it, been successful with it, and they don't even get flowers back. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind getting away game, you know, and like, still I give away the blueprint to my dogs for free. You know what I'm saying? They know I'm open book. Like, whatever you ask, I'm gonna get the blueprints, man. Because I already know what time it is. You ain't gonna stop nothing I got going on. Like, it's too much money out here. It's too much. Like, if they consume my content, they ain't gonna start listening to me because you started a podcast. So I give you the game. I'm gonna kick my shit. They gonna listen to this, bro. So I don't I ain't gotta worry about like you stopping anything I got going on, because you're not me. So you gonna do yours your way. I'm gonna do mine my way. So I'm gonna share game. But I got to a point where if you ain't in my immediate circle, if we cool and we associates, that's cool, but you got to pay. I can't give you no free game.
Absolutely.
You ain't even gonna give me my flowers when my free game help you, bro. So
exactly. On that. Exactly. Now I see why people like charge finder's fee and stuff like that to help you out, because it's like they want to make sure, you know. So
don't waste my time. Like, I'm gonna give you this and you're gonna use it. Now you waste my time. I'm sorry. Right. Go ahead.
No, and you're exactly right. And so we understood. We came out, you know, absorbing everything and anything that any driver. Our first driver had 7 years experience. This last driver had 30 plus years experience. Knew me all my life since I was a child. So we definitely are life learners when it comes to it. But we've learned enough and got enough game to where we know also when people are just trying to like say whatever we gotta say, or they really not even trying to like do trucking or whatever. They just trying to holler. So trying
to weasel their way in.
I ain't never seen the entrepreneur tricking like that. That's different. I like that.
Trying to slither their way into the cheeks.
We deal with that a lot. Like sometimes people come at us and try to like, oh yeah, let me talk to you about that. Let me school you on this. And they don't give us no new information, but they just wanted us to come sit in the office.
You got the number now.
Talk and look, and let's keep in touch. You didn't really add any value, but you know what?
Nigga showed up with no shirt on with baby oil.
so we definitely work out for that. But it's been a lot of people too that's been real with us and really have like given us some tough love and some like, yo, no, that's not smart. And we've had to do our homework.
What else you want to get involved in, like entrepreneur wise?
Okay, so I had during
we finna dream a little bit. Don't get like what's your ultimate, like what your portfolio look like as an ultimate like entrepreneur when it's all said and done? Like what type of, you know, business portfolio you want?
I want some farmland.
Heard.
I want some more like
big eggplant,
fourplexes where like rentals and stuff like that. I want some more better student housing out here in Houston. I want an event like where you bring people to the city, more events done in Houston and different other cities. Like I don't feel like even with this being a huge city, we don't get the volume of events that you feel
popping out there
for the culture, huh?
Shit popping out there right now.
It
Houston, bro.
is,
Every time
but
I
it's
tell them
not
on Instagram, it's
enough.
going up. I'm like, do they
Yeah.
work out there? Like,
All
got
right,
brunch going
that
on
is true.
Tuesday morning. What the hell going on in Houston, man?
I think we can have more variety
Yeah.
that is not surrounded by like clubbing or, you know,
Something outside of the
shaking or
entertainment
whatever.
field.
But there is a lot. There's a lot. Don't get me wrong, but I see bigger. I want a
That's what
truck
she said.
lot because you know trucking ain't gonna stop. So I see this guy. I called the guy that we rent from every month that we store our place and stuff at, and I said, you don't mind me asking, like, how did you do this or whatever? Because his truck lot is in my hometown, like right down the street from where I was raised. And he was like, man, it took me 10 years and $1 million to get to a profit. I said, say what now? I didn't believe it. I could not believe it. But I went that.
That's business. You know how
I
much
was
you got
loving
to
the
get because the thing about it is you got to get the profit. So if he spent he got to spend a certain amount of money just to get into that industry. So how long you gonna be? You know, you're gonna have your ups and downs, your hurdles, whatever. You want to get there quicker, but the most successful business don't get profitable until they like 10th year. That's the stat, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think we blessed. I mean, I know we're not like making thousands and thousands or whatever millions yet, but I think we'll see it if we keep
It's on the
going
way.
and things
It's on the way. And you got the model. Once you got the model, you can scale. I can redo this model over and over again. Once you get the successful, profitable model, now it's all about just tightening up your process.
Beneficial.
That's it, man.
That's actually what the last year has been about. And it's like when we talk about the spiritual side of it, the last 12 months for me, I've been just getting so much, I say even harder the last 6 months from just different people. The pastor of church that I visited with my brother, a business owner that I went to get some chicken wings for last week, just even in Dubai when I went for my 40th birthday, I've been getting so many different signs and validation that I need to just focus, like just even though I'm retired, I still like keep a little something on the side. That's I teach on the side and I enjoy teaching, but it's an hour and a half driving each way. And of course I have resigned, so I won't be doing it after next year, because it's just a little too far. But I also like to pour into the youth, so I see some nonprofits coming in my future too, because I don't want to stop doing that. Because already, the kids that I teach are at that middle school level, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and that's they're most impressionable. And the so mentorship, I think that's important. So even though I'm not, may not be teaching that, I'm still want to pour into those type of things. But anyway, as far as the spiritual, I've been getting so much validation from different people when I talk to them, and it's God and the people that He keeps placing in my life that keeps telling me, you need to nourish these things that you have now. Stop trying to make sure that you have an out or a safety net. Pour into
that's when you gonna fly, sis.
And when I told Trey, I said, I never, even in these 3 years, the plan was for me to retire from the military and work full time for the trucking company. But when things were a little shaky and we didn't really exactly know what to do, I went and got this part-time job just so I could fund other things that I wanted to do, travel and stuff like that. I needed a little bit more nest egg with my retirement. So then, me working now, I didn't have time to pour into my
to do what you want to do for the trucking,
right? And which is government contracts. I'm a minority woman veteran, man, and I don't have any of those designations on my trucking company, and I've been having that trucking company for 3 years. That right there is because I have not sat down and nourished and took my business to the next level with that, right?
There are so many beneficial lanes and grants and opportunities for Black women, like entrepreneurs. Like we got into that as well, like from a brick and mortar spot when we started really looking at for Cush House, things we were doing in Orlando, and I started looking for the government grants, and I started seeing there's a lot of money out there to get, if you're a Black woman and on your game and can get somebody to write you grants, and because a lot of it's just qualifying and you get it. But it's a lot of opportunities out there, government wise. And
the fact that you just said that, one of my former bosses from 2010, 2012, somewhere around there, she actually retired the same day I did out of the military. And when she texted me to congratulate me, she said, FYI, I know you in so many words, she said, I know you're on your entrepreneur grind. And she said, I'm just letting you know that I'm going to be doing full-time grant writing. And if you need me, you see what I'm saying? So again, and yes, of course, I got her contact. I'm going to keep in touch. And I kept that in the back of my head. But what did I do with it?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But that was right there, a sign in itself.
There's no sign. That's the blessing. It's right there.
Went on.
Like God can give you everything you need. It's up to us to execute.
On your charcuterie board.
On your charcuterie board. You just gotta execute. I can't make you call the girl and write the grant for you now, but I put somebody in your life
to write
the grant.
What's the odds she see me? I ain't worked for her since 5, 6, 7, 8 years or whatnot. And but I sent her an invitation to my retirement, my virtual and vice versa. But the fact that she's like, I see you, I see what you're doing,
and she know the opportunities
on you.
And she also know the opportunities that she write grants. She's a grant writer, so she also know opportunities that are out there.
Writer. But
contact.
Really.
And this is the thing, and this takes me back. And Trey, you know this too. When I always tell I tell my kids this, I tell my friends this, I tell anybody that I come in contact with that wants me to be a mentor for them, I tell them you need to have mentors that don't look like you. Because this woman does not look like me. She is a white woman, like I said, who I work with and respect, and who sees me.
Yeah.
And she put that out there. You know what I'm saying? So
I have a Caucasian business mentor, man. He's a part of the team. Yeah.
I learned how to 401k through a white guy work with me.
Yeah, business and principles, and like you can learn a lot of books I read about white authors.
Yeah, you can learn. Yeah,
you can learn from absolutely anyone. So from a mentor standpoint, I wouldn't rule out having a white mentor, business mentor, or in any aspect. To be real with you, because I have one that I talk to weekly.
Have it all, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Some of this Indian guys that I talk to or whatever about how they're running companies here, trucking companies and dispatch companies here in the States, and they have the virtual dispatchers over there in India and other countries.
Outsourcing.
It's just like the possibilities are endless, and when we allow ourselves to be life learners and just like stops being so tunnel vision. And you got to be around people that are smarter than you that can tell you that. Right. I think some people just so embarrassed of trying to be like that. They started something and they're scared. Like if it doesn't look successful, they can't post it on Instagram.
They scared. Bro, like that's the thing. Like everybody want a successful business, but they want to hide and do it. You can't do this in the dark. You gotta be loud with it, or you ain't serious about doing business.
Absolutely.
If you're a business person, it ain't all over your Instagram, all over your Facebook. I ain't taking you serious. Like this is how you do business.
Right.
I'm not gonna take you serious unless you like full-fledged. As an entrepreneur, I know I gotta be able to tell the people around me. They tell you when you start a business, the first people you should contact is your close ones.
That's it.
Your network. So if you got a business and you ain't even telling the people right around you or the people that round social media. Like if I look at you like, yo, I just scanned a business person's social media, and all I know is everything about their personal life and nothing about their business, unless I read the bio.
True.
You ain't serious.
But have you ever experienced where the people that support you are like
not your main
supporters people. Or your strangers?
Strangers.
Yeah.
Like,
we talk about it all the time.
Yeah, bro.
You can't let that bother you though.
No, it's love. You got like here's like I keep telling people like who support me, bro. I'm gonna gravitate towards them. You know what I'm saying? Like
where the love is,
where the love at. That's what the bless. Sometimes like in relationships, life, friendships, like we try to be in certain crowds and certain circles, and be with people that sometimes it's showing you they don't really like you like that. They cool with being around you, but and you get around some people that can't wait to be in your presence.
Right.
Like and it ain't because they like just sweating you, but it's just like they match your energy and they brighten up the room just like you brighten up the room. So like them your connections, man. Gravitate like strangers have helped me get to like where I network at. Like I'm not ESPN, but we very substantial in this business, and we got some very good growth that's happening right now. But where I got into, like in my world, I'm a big deal. I'm a pioneer in sports podcasting in my world. But I got in there with strangers, people that's saying, yo, Silk, I like what you're doing. What can I do to help you? And it's been white, Hispanic, Indian, black, people. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm at in life, man. I'm pro-black because I know our struggle's different, but I like good people. You know what I'm saying? I rock with good people.
That's right. That's right. I 100% agree with that. Yeah.
Well,
So
what's that like for you? Like when strangers start, what's that when you start realizing it? Like, because at first when you start some shit, let's talk about this. When you start some shit, like especially when you start getting some motion and some, you know what I'm saying, some momentum with it, you like, oh shit, I can't wait to tell my friends about it. I know they gonna rock with me, you know.
They gonna elevate it even more. Yeah.
Right. That's expectation because that's what you would do for them. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what you would do for them. So you having these expectations and the response back you get be blah. And you're like, oh man, like I ain't expect that, you know, but you keep going, you know. Like I said, it's a sport. We're in this game, so we keep going. But what's that like when you first hit you that I don't even know if the people I love really supported me in this whole thing?
It hurts sometimes. It hurts. But I have matured a lot. Anybody that know me will tell you I have very high expectations for myself as a friend or a sister or somebody that's in your life. Like I hold myself to a standard for you. And I had to learn the hard way just over like, you know, just in my adult life that people that's close to me that love me a lot, they have told me, Michelle, everybody ain't like you. Everybody not gonna love like you. Everybody not gonna give like you. I don't ask people for nothing that I don't ask anything. I would not ask anybody for anything that I would not do for them. And I just don't do it. If I've never asked you anything that I wouldn't do for you, but I think that's not the same. That's not reciprocal. People be up here asking for things that they know that I couldn't come back and ask for. And so I just had to be more careful. I'm a person that did not have really great boundaries. I still am not good at it. It's a work in progress for me. And that has hurt me a lot because when I really needed someone to be there, not for monetary or whatever, but just to be there for me, they have let me down. They couldn't even grant me the time, which at that moment, that was the
what
most
you needed.
thing I needed from them.
Right.
And they couldn't even give me that because they were too caught up in their own mess or life or thinking, you know, those agendas come out or those thoughts come out where, you know, people are like secretly like not happy for you or they can't be. It's not that they don't want to be, but it's like they're stuck in their mess and they see you and like, you got it. You'll figure it out.
All right, I'm about to get into this geo bag a little bit. What's your sign? What's your sign?
Me?
Yeah.
Capricorn.
Capricorn. Okay. Geo, what's the reading on that? give me some shit, man.
Let me look something up right quick.
All right, man.
All right, we come back to that one. But yeah, what about y'all?
Capricorn really like independent.
What about you? What about you, Trey? You still like, how you feel like when sometimes you don't feel like the love is there, or you feel like, you know, sometimes people just like give you the cold shoulder that you thought like loved you.
Yeah, we talk about that on a daily basis. Just it's hard sometimes trying to see through people's masks and observing like we just gotta observe nonverbal communications and figure out like when people are like bullshitting you or when people are like blowing you off or when things ain't just right. You'll feel it in your spirit. You're a spiritual person. You have intuition, so you know like when shit just ain't right, when shit's wrong, and you just gotta check in with people that you know like you spiritually connected with. Like, hey, look, this is the vibe that I was getting. Like your business partner from like after talking to you seem like you and your business partner is in sync on a lot of things. And I think that's what kind of led to like the success where you guys are at now, because you're able to communicate when things are right. And I do the same thing with my business partner. I can go to bro and I'm like, hey, bro, like, tell me what you think about this. You know, this is how I'm feeling. And you know, and sometimes I can come across as just coming from my background has been like you know, like spending so much time in the military, you know how we can be a little brutal at times. It's just like well, not brutal, but like, you know, like just we can read through like a lot of bullshit and you just know like when shit just like ain't right. And so I'll hit bro up like, hey bro, this is how I'm feeling about it. And, you know, what do you think? And I know bro gonna give me like some real like, you know, like he'll give me the perspective of a professionalism. Like let's try to like, you know, dial in on
You know, I'm gonna lead with professional. We gotta be, you know, we're gonna be professional because it's been you run into some people that like you gotta find out, like you gotta discernment, right? And that's I learned so much discernment, man, since I got into this entrepreneur journey, like figuring out who's serious, who real, who trying to take advantage of you, who's there for clout, who there for the bullshit, like just discernment, you know, and then discernment, like because you can see something, but how do you react to it too, you know?
Do you execute it, act on it? Yeah.
Right. You know, and like I preach to bro always, like, you know, keeping, you know, calm, cool head, like not making rash decisions, being professional, you know, like being respectful, whatever the business relationship may be going. I want to be professional and give everybody the courtesy just to be, because I ain't gonna do nothing out of place. I know a lot of time people when you're in a position of leadership or ownership, boss, like they waiting for you to react a certain way because then they could be a victim. Right? I've learned that like people waiting on you to say certain things where they already sabotaging. They want out, but now they need an out. You know, like now they need an out. So they trying to dig for a reaction out of you to get the out. And it's just like, I'm not finna give it to you. I'm gonna be an absolute professional. You know what I'm saying? Conduct myself like a gentleman in business. And I'm gonna leave it at that, you know. So whenever me and bro talk, like it's always, I know I be on the same page with him sometimes. He talking about, I know what he talking about now. When he say Brad, he just be ready to just smash it. I was just like, bro, this is not, we can't do that, you know. Like we gotta. I ran into so much bad business, man, and I may have been bad business to somebody else. Like I'm gonna be, you know, you just never know what people's perspective be, right? But I ran into so much bad business where I try to always hold myself to high principle when I'm doing business, because I don't want nobody to leave me with the experience of they done business with a bad black businessman. Because I'm gonna keep it a bean. We run into a lot of bad business with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just communication. A lot of times I'd be like, why you like going cold turkey on me, like ducking, vanish, you know what I'm saying? Like over business. Like we gotta just treat each other better, bro. That's all.
And I think
you hit it on the head.
No, I think for me, like I like because we both spiritual people, like, and I get that discernment too. And you know, like when people try to bullshit you, dog, when you know, like what it is, and when you figure out people's intentions and whether or not they have like a genuine connection with you, and then you figure out, you know what, motherfucker don't really care two shits about what I got going on in my business. You know, they really they will just give up on everything I invested in.
Yeah, it's real.
So a part of me is like, all right, like a part of me is like, I mirror that shit. Like, bro, all right, this is how you feel. All right,
hold myself to I hold myself a higher integrity than they do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hold myself to my standard of where I think I should be. Not so if they're gonna move in a certain way, then I'm gonna let them move that way. But I'm gonna move with grace. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what I was about to say something.
When they go low, we go high, like Michelle said.
Yeah, it depends.
You got to do that, Eric Mays. When they go low, we go lower.
I ain't no killer, but don't push me. Okay.
Right. That vibe. Like, I do not agree to like matching like low vibrational shit, bro. I'm past that in life, bro. Like if somebody do something petty to me, I'm not finna try to out petty you no more.
Yeah.
I gotta. I'm not saying you do that, bro. I'm just saying like I used to live that life, bro. Like, you get into tit for tat bullshit in relationships, on social media, subliminal posting people. I ain't got time for none of that shit. I'm not finna be getting into the nonsense like that. Tit for tat bullshit. Yeah. I'm not lowering my vibrations to argue with you. I'm like, God got me vibrating on a high level. I'm trying to get to a certain spot. Yeah. I'm gonna stay there. I gotta stay in this zone to be able to achieve something. People that ain't achieving something is that low level vibrating doing tit for tat bullshit. And I can't be at that level because I know I ain't gonna get shit done, bro. I gotta stay at a high level, bro.
That's why I just focus on their actions. I don't focus on nobody's words, because words are just flattery, bro.
Yeah. Let's talk about good entrepreneur shit though. Like
real quick. I got that Capricorn for you, bro.
There you go, brother.
Horoscope.
Capricorns are leaders, man. I already know.
It says ambitious, hardworking, and enterprising. It says driven, enthusiastic about life, and capable of obtaining their objectives. So that definitely does sound like you.
You might be the poster child.
Could be that.
if you had all your birth stuff and the
Yeah,
exact
and
times
you know
and
what I'm
all
saying? We can read the naval chart and we can go
that,
ahead and do all of that. Your 12 houses and all that shit. You
yeah,
feel me?
I'm manifesting all of that. I take it.
yeah.
Two things you
Gio gonna
said.
read your poem in a minute.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on with it. Come
That nigga
on with it.
lift your palms too.
Two things you said,
That's
Sil.
facts.
Two things you said when you said discernment. That word hit me because I have a post-it note in the middle of my mirror in my big huge ass mirror in my bathroom, and that's what's in the middle of it is discernment. So that word has been really impactful for me these last couple of years, and so it's a constant reminder, and it molds so many of your decisions, and it really is a guiding force for you. And the other thing, when you were describing about people and the hidden agendas and what they really wanted to do anyway, but they had to figure out a way to catch you slipping, try to make it turn it around on you to be the
Find
victim.
an exit.
That's pretty much like what happened to us with our last employer. One of our last employers is that's exactly what he did. You know, found a weak spot and then just kind of spiral from then. But when you look at it and you have that discernment and you look back, it was going all along. You just didn't see it. It was happening subtly. So I just want to say, like, you read my mind over here.
No, we deal with people, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I read so many books on human, but not because I'm trying to be some FBI agent and study people. Nah, it's like you deal with so much bad discernment that you want to know better people skills and communication skills. Like, what am I missing? You know what I'm saying? They ain't just gonna come because you just pray to God. No, you gotta equip yourself with the tools.
Exercise.
You gotta read some books to teach you, like, yo, like these are the characteristics of human nature and what people naturally do. And you start figuring some stuff out, and that's how I start becoming more aware. You know, like I've been in spots where, you know, people have taken advantage. I'm like, bro, like I'm from street shit. Like, how I get in the business world? And you know what I'm saying? These conniving motherfuckers start getting me. I'm like, yo, I come from in the finesse world when everybody knew everybody was finessing. I was one of the best finesses ever, Sergio. Like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like I'm in a focused world of like legit business. You know, like I'm not out here playing no games. When I approach you about business, I'm dead ass serious. You know, we may have fun on these podcasts, but as you see, man, like we dead ass serious about this. So people be playing games, and manipulation is another word. You know, they trying to manipulate stuff to become the victim. You just gotta arm yourself with the tools to be able to discern shit, to be able to pick things up, man. So you're not making the same mistakes over and over. It costs us in business.
It does. True.
Let's talk some good entrepreneur. Like we all hustling, like, and it's never gonna be easy. Like I said, I think a real entrepreneur is never looking for a retirement date. You know, I think it's a life thing. When I start hearing people saying, I don't want to do business with people that are looking for it. Oh, I want to retire at 50. Nah, I ain't trying to do no business with this
nigga. Right.
Because I couldn't ever foresee stopping wanting to make money and do business and conduct and until there's no stop date for me, because when I stop, what I'm gonna do?
Especially if you're enjoying it. Especially
I think it depends on the industry though.
Yes.
No, then I would just go to a different industry, right?
Right. But if you like, I say that like if
you saying the guy retire at 50 in one industry and then at 51
right.
he
But
in a different.
if you have an entrepreneur, you can take that somewhere else. But if you're in an industry where like, my youth only gonna take me so far. Like for instance, like the athletes, right? Like I know I only can do this shit for 10 years. Or
but they're gonna retire from the game. I'm talking about people. There's some people that'll look at somebody like Jay-Z and like, yo, he got $1 billion. Why is this nigga still making music? Why he's trying to still work? I will be on an island somewhere vacationing every day. People with that mindset, I will never do business with, because I know that you're not in this for business. You're in this for that. Yeah. That's the reason you're not gonna get what Jay-Z got, because he don't got a retirement day in mind. Yeah. You know, like think about these old CEOs, like think about Bill Gates, them dudes are forever rich. They're never gonna stop doing that. They got to that level because they don't have an end date. So if you got an end date or a number amount you're trying to get to stop doing business, you're never gonna get there, because you're in it for the wrong reasons already. You got to be some passion behind it. Only passionate people get into that level of success, bro. Nobody's lucking their way and just working hard. You can work hard, but you also got to have some type of energy and passion to get to the level those people get to. That's why they get there. They get $100 million and they keep working because they ain't do it for the $100 million. It's deeper than that. It's in my blood.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. I think it depends on the industry. Like if Jay-Z was in the doggone lawn industry, that nigga ain't even be trying to be cutting no grass for 30 years.
Yeah,
he gonna find a way to manufacture the goddamn lawnmowers or some shit.
But if he got 100 other guys doing the lawns for him and he overseeing this, big landscaping company,
it's all mine.
He did it right. So it's all about what you're trying to do.
For sure.
But yeah.
I think ain't just trying to be walking around the doggone tractor trailer for so long.
That'd be my shit. When I start talking to people, like I meet entrepreneurs, we talk a lot. I talk with a lot of entrepreneurs, and I ask them, and I run into a lot of killers. Like, bro, ain't no money amount. Like, I'm not in this for a certain dollar. I'm in this for like it's a sport. I want to keep attaining. They got legacy in mind. It ain't just like they trying to hoard. Like people have legacies in mind, a whole lot of other things. But we get to the docket and some stuff. I enjoy that.
That nigga Warren Buffett, like 90 years old. That nigga
still out here getting it, man. Warren trying to beat everybody every year on the Forbes list. He don't give a shit if he 90, man.
Yeah, we got plenty of more podcasts to go where we'll talk about some of the other stuff I dabble in, but we stick with trucking for this time.
Okay. Dabbling in some. You gotta. I don't know if that makes the show, but having a trucking business in the sugar daddy is wild.
I mean, that's probably where you met that nigga at,
right? Was he the employee?
Did not.
Driving a Sam's Club truck.
No affiliation. No affiliation.
I like it. Okay. Let's get to the calls. We got some calls. No Geo's gripes this week. Great Geo.
Oh yeah, no. We vibrating pretty good, man. And I ain't been around some. We ain't been around no nonsense, so I haven't had anything that really irked me in such a way. But we do want to get and show appreciation to those people who take time out to call us. So once again, if you would like to share your thoughts, suggestions, different topics, or even just to show love, remember to call 404-939-5189. Leave us any type of message so that we can continue our interaction with you and continue to grow.
Well said, brother.
Come to caller number 1. I might be a little late on this, but here we go.
Hey, this is Ashley calling in. I just want to say you guys are doing amazing. I wish I was able to tap in today, but some things came up. But I wanted to ask you guys, what do you guys think about a woman who shoots her shot at a man?
Shoot that mother.
What's my soon as you get in the gym?
I'm talking, buddy.
Shoot it.
Yeah, buddy.
Shoot it.
You just better be shooting in the right gym.
You might want to shoot at the right damn bucket, motherfucker.
Yeah. You gotta know when you shoot out your league sometimes, man. I just told my little cousin today on the phone, man, that there's no such thing as shooting out of your league. But I'm gonna tell you, as a shooter-shotter, a person that has shot shots in the past, like just be aware, like make sure that's in your league. But if it's in your league and you like it, I think everybody should go after what they like. So shoot your shot.
Oh yeah.
Don't shoot your shot like, hey, like you gotta be slick with your shot as a woman, right? Like,
yeah,
it's a way a woman can shoot their shot.
Block them if it just be embarrassing, and he'd be like, no, just go ahead and block them and just
block them. No, don't do that.
Charge it to the gang.
You ever shot your shot?
Huh?
You ever shot your shot?
Everybody shoot their shot.
Yes, I have. I mean, I'm trying to think of an instance, but absolutely, especially this day and time, I can have a guy in a restaurant, at the bar or whatever, just constantly look at me, go to the bathroom 15 million times, like go out of his way to like make eye contact with me.
That nigga need to say something.
It appears that he's alone, and so and still won't even like try to do this nigga. You might just sit with my kid or by myself and won't say nothing.
Let me go to the bathroom and get this thing right real quick.
Women say dudes be scared to step to him though. Like that's the thing. Like dudes be talking that shit, but women say they'll see dudes do that, making a bunch of eye contact. They be scared to step though.
So I step. If it don't look like they
Nigga, I
got a
see you
ring
looking
on,
at
or if
me.
it don't look like they with somebody or whatever, and I see them or whatever, and they giving me those vibes, I'll go ahead and like spark up a conversation or whatever, if I can kind of do it in a smooth way.
Nigga drop the Sam Club card right on the table, huh? Nigga drop the Sam Club card right on the bar.
That's a wild card to put on the bar.
You see this?
Tab with that shit, man.
This could be you.
Member since 1993.
Hey, bro, how old you is, cuz? Now, what are the subtle ways? Like you ain't gotta get into your bag. You gotta give us your game. But what are subtle ways women throw shit? Sometimes they don't come directly and say, "Hey, I see you looking at me." Like, do you give them googly eyes back? Like, what's
no,
back? No,
I give compliments. I just give a compliment about their appearance, their teeth.
Smell good.
I just give a compliment. I was like,
some nice veneers you got.
You doing it with?
No, hold on. What you about to say? Because I hold on.
You looking real nice. You're looking really cute, right? I won't say cute. I'll be like,
I like that shirt.
I'll be like, you're looking really handsome. Like this guy I was at the UPS the other day and dropping off an Amazon package return. And this guy was in front of me and he had a really nice sweater and just a nice like button down and jeans. And I mean, he was looking good, smelling good. He didn't have no ring on.
Had that polo on.
I was walking out behind him and he got his little baby.
He had a sweat on.
That Houston heat too.
It's hot outside.
That's the only thing. He was looking nice there, but I was like, damn, I know he musty under there.
Yeah,
this nigga said he a little tart.
But he was a black man and he was handling his business and he was looking good and smelling good. And you know what? When I went outside, he was getting unlike his little Range Rover, his little smaller Range Rover. And
that's when you step like, oh, he's so good inside, but now you got that range.
I said, "You're looking good today, brother." And he was like, "Thank you, sister." And I was like, "Well, he ain't gonna try to get my number. He's talking about some thank you, sister."
He's like, "Come here, let me lick your stamps."
But anyway, we went on, and when I turned around, when he backed out, I was still standing at my car, and I just looked at him, and he had lit the window down a little bit, and he was smiling. So you know what? It wasn't even nothing about me trying to holler or whatever. Like, I ain't thirsty, but I even more now over the last couple of years, I try to definitely compliment my brother.
Yeah, give compliments without hollering.
Why we scared to show love, man? Like, even if it's rejection, everybody's so scared of rejection, bro. Like, bro, just show some love. Like,
exactly.
I can see. Okay. If I see you wearing some fly, I'm just gonna like, yo, you killing them. I see you, sis. I like them. You killing that right there. That don't cost nothing. That don't hurt.
Right.
Nothing.
And you don't have, it ain't got nothing to do with, you being married and all like that. You can still be respectful and give.
Appreciate art is what I call it.
You don't know. Because did y'all see that thing a couple of
weeks ago? Could be a shot too, though.
True. But that's my way out. No, ma'am, I'm just complimenting you, sweetheart. You good?
I ain't trying to be your boyfriend.
Right, yeah.
You used to shit? Like,
what you mean? Do I need some cocoa butter?
I seen a little skin paralysis right here, my sister.
Skin paralysis.
But did y'all see recently? I don't know if y'all talked about it on the show before, but the girl that posted on there that she just need like a really good hug.
Yeah, motherfuckers need hugs, man.
Oh yeah.
I'm a hugger, so I felt her. Like she was like, I ain't want to hug myself, and I ain't talking about no hug for my granny or nothing. Like I really need like a real wholesome hug.
There ain't no hoes, ain't no such thing.
Huh?
Yeah. I got hoes.
It might be.
So
you gotta be. Everybody ain't got a wholesome hug though. So you might be going in with a wholesome hug,
and then he got a boner.
Yeah, your recipient might be ready to. You walk in there, and be like, oh shit, okay.
I be hitting men with the church hugs though. Sometimes when I
not from the side.
If I know them, I'm like, you getting this. This what you get.
What you to give the man with the Range Rover though? What you to get him?
It had nothing to do with his car. I wasn't even like that. I wasn't even attracted to him like that. To be honest with you, I just really thought that he deserved.
He was on his shit that day.
Yeah. I'm giving you a hard time.
Even though it was 98 degrees outside.
And you got a goddamn button up and a sweater on.
Yeah, don't
because I ain't gonna lie, my friend was in the car waiting on me, and I was like, now I don't know why the hell he had that long ass sweater on today though.
You just got out of prison.
Real cute though.
Or it's Young Dro.
I'll be honest with you. People that come home from jail just wear sweaters for no reason.
They always cold. They keep cold in there.
Facts. They still thawing out.
Nah, but yeah, just compliment. Compliment a guy's teeth, compliment his haircut, like fresh cut.
This nigga said they still thawing out, bro.
It'd be so cold in there, bro.
Keep out of
Are we done with calls? We got more calls. I'm sorry. What are we doing? What are we doing? I'm sorry. We all forgot we had. I was like, why did we get here?
We do this every time with the calls.
Yeah, Ashley, just make sure you shoot. You know what you're shooting at. I appreciate the love for calling in. You got to hang out with us again. Always love.
True.
Ashley gets the show, man. I mean, Chelle, not Ashley. You gets the show, Chelle. Appreciate you for hanging out with us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Yo, this your boy Bird, man. What's up to the whole Cult fam, man? Y'all doing y'all thing, man. Keep holding it down. Just to go give y'all a quick little tidbit, man. What y'all think about? Y'all might need to go on ahead and start setting up a Geo's polygamy. Shooting something with him because he trying to build him a little baby coat over there. Y'all boy keep pumping out there. Female guest, I'm an addict. Keep doing your thing.
All right, so they want to know what Geo. Have you ever had any thoughts of starting a polygamy podcast?
Of having a compound? I'd be lying if I said I didn't. Type shit.
Geo and his wives, the pod.
Sister wives.
I mean, we gotta bring some culture on the show, bro. Like,
oh man,
it's a demographic. You will speak to a certain man.
Definitely. And there's a lot of misconceptions about that too. So yeah, that would be. I just wouldn't want it to be boxed in like that. But if the opportunity and the ideas is there, I'll definitely oblige.
Already, you done boxed.
Oh yeah, you got to box the box now.
Chelle, what is your opinion on polygamy?
Oh, that's a tough one.
It ain't tough at all.
No, it is because like Christian verse. If you want to look at the spiritual, like religious side of it, but let's not talk about the religious.
They had concubines.
Because it depends on your belief. But what I will say is, I'm smiling. I was laughing inside because my sister actually works with a really popular person that's like publicly in like whatever they call the poly
you gotta get her on
relationships. And so it's funny because I'm always asking her little stories about what's going on with them or whatever. So
they want to do a podcast?
Huh?
Right.
I'm just bullshitting.
Do they want? What'd you say?
So you think they want to do a podcast?
I'll find out. I'm sure they would. I'm sure they've done plenty of them. I don't want to say who it is right now, but we'll offline. They're very open with it. They're very open with it. So
are they bringing men into it? Because Geo might be looking.
I need an application.
He's looking for a nigga. He's looking for the right nigga to bring in.
No,
be brother husbands.
It's one guy and two women on this one.
Oh yeah, they need a fourth. That way that you can make it complete. You feel me?
Yeah, a real orgy.
Yeah, he got a 4-inch rule.
Like I'm gonna tell you the real. I like polygamy with however people want to believe. I'm cool with whatever makes people happy, right? I don't really judge people and shit. But like having multiple wives sounds like a headache. You know what I'm saying? Like having a bunch of just chicks. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't if I wanted to be with multiple women, I wouldn't marry them. If that's my take. Like if I'm a married, it would just be one woman. I wouldn't be married to multiple women. That's just stress. Spiritually, you're gonna be stretched thin. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna be stretched thin as fuck, man.
Gio, what you gotta say?
I mean, I understand that,
I need more context on this, but
I understand it is both sides to it. So I do know that there are some people who are unsuccessful with this poly life, and then I also know some that are thriving in it. It's more or less, it's more or less how the foundation of your relationship is set up.
What makes you think you're gonna thrive in it?
the way that I communicate and the space that I give for the foundation. I think that understanding provides a space for comfort. And then with that, you can, you know what I'm saying, maneuver how you need to.
You a vague ass nigga, boy.
No, I understood everything he said. He's open to a lot of shit, you know, like,
okay.
like it ain't gonna be a whole lot of, hey, you wild.
It's not a dictatorship. You feel me?
Right.
It's a real life. Yeah.
It's a free flowing of love.
Yeah.
It's a pussytatorship.
Open relationship vibe type shit.
Yeah, he ain't got no dictator. You got a pussytatorship. Pussy rule your round.
It has a strong pull. I ain't gonna lie to it.
Trey just slinging that word around like
no,
relax, bro.
It's a double entendre. We said dictator.
Come on, man. This guy's so ridiculous. This is the most inappropriate chief in the world. Chelle. That's what I call him.
Oh, I know plenty.
I love this guy.
We got any more, bro? Or
more calls, man. Shout out to that. No, we got plenty more.
Oh, let's go. That's crazy. People want to hear about Geo's polygamy. That's interesting.
More on that. We need more on that information.
I'll be open to discuss. We can have a
brace yourself, Chelle. Like,
yeah, because I needed some back. That I caught the I need some back.
You gonna hear some shit you ain't never heard a black man say before. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Told you I'm a life learner. I like to learn.
And I love that. Love that.
What would you all do? Have you ever come across a situation like this to have your life destroyed by literal accusations that has been proven wrong, but the social damage, the reputation has already taken off? There's really nothing, even if you were found not guilty in an illegal proceeding, all of the social backlash and damage is still there. And I just want to know, what would you do in this situation? If you were quiet, if you were a little timid, and yes, you need to find your voice, I guess, but how do you find a voice like this as a man without you victim blaming, without you looked at as worse? You know? So that's my thoughts, y'all. I know that was a lot, but I feel like it's
Can you rewind it? I don't feel like I got a beginning of that.
Yeah, I feel like
and I would just love to know what y'all would do in this situation. You know, you being accused of something that you know you didn't do, but it destroyed your life anyway.
It sounds heavy, but let me see if I can find something before then. Hold on, here we go. Sound mighty heavy, so brace yourself.
Yeah.
So, for context, my partner got accused of sexual assault like 5 years ago, right? And what is ironic is that I have come across experiences like that when I was much, much younger, right? And there is a certain type of people that do that, and he is not one of them. He's kind of timid. He's just real chill, very, I don't know how to explain, like, he's just very, like, what you see is what you get, no ulterior motives, because his, like, brain don't even, like, think that far, right? So tell me why. I met the girl on set. We were filming this BET show, and she apparently knew who I was. I didn't know who she was, because when it happened to him, it went all over social media. People tried to dog him out because of
Chris
his
Brown
or Jonathan Major
and the positive things that he was doing.
I don't think she fucking
I truly feel like that's the only reason, right? So they thought because, he's socially awkward, okay, you know,
Chris Black,
he's very childlike or whatever. Oh yeah, he did it, right? He did it. So they dogged him out on the internet, on social media. They shoot this boy up, right? Tell me why I meet the girl on set and she tells me what happened, right? And then I find out, like, oh, wow, this is the young lady who basically destroyed his life because, you know, even now, 5 years later, he is still depressed. He still cannot find decent work in his passion out with him because I thought he would leave me alone.
Damn.
I just want to get y'all's input on what that actually means. Because after I told her how affected he was by this, the look on her face was like shock. I guess she thought he was going to be like, I don't give a fuck. That's fine. Well, shit. But he was so destroyed that she would even say something, right? So, yes, it's currently a trial, and that's why I'm not disclosing any names because, 5 years later, they haven't found any evidence because she said that he drugged her and they did the toxicology report. Guess what? Guess what came up in her system? Zilch. Nothing.
Sperm.
This boy don't even smoke weed.
No, that's a heavy call. You know what I'm saying? That shit tough. I want to let somebody else speak first before I get into all my shit. I'm long-winded. What's up? What y'all think?
Cigarette after that. I don't even smoke.
No, I don't need a cigarette. That's a real thing, man, and it could destroy somebody's lives. Like people be playing around like that sometimes. I don't want to get into victim bashing because there are some people that really get raped. So you got to be careful with this topic. But there's a flip side to this. I've seen this happen with ball players, a lot of different entertainers where they image when certain things are done and it's not true. It's whatever. I mean, a lie travels faster. It's more entertaining, and then when the truth comes out later, there's no headlines that come back out and say this person we were wrong about it. No, the first. You're proven in media and society, you are guilty before you got to prove your innocence. Like nobody's going to say, oh, let's get this guy the benefit of the doubt. They're going to bash you, man. We're so quick. It's a cancel culture too. Like people that's why I don't believe in cancel culture. And I always let the due process play it out. I don't care what the news is, right? And if it sounds heinous, I'm going to let it play out because I just know what media do. I've been around long enough to know there's more to this story than what just came out. They got a twist to it, and we'll get the facts later. And why do we got to be first? Why you got to have the best thoughts about this situation first? Everybody want to be quick with their opinions and get their shit out quick, but just vibe, let everything play out, give people some grace. And that I think it's gonna be tough for him. He needs some therapy. I would say that. I know he's dealing with some depression. Whatever the process is, he got to go through the process and get his innocence to make sure he maintains his freedom. That's more important than any job and anything else in Hollywood, right? It's just him being free. Then after that, getting his mind right. As long as he get those two things right, he can always bounce back. If he's talented and he stays ambitious and he got people like you in his corner, he sound like you positive. So as long as you got people like this and you get your mind right, he'll bounce back. But I think the most important thing is maintaining your innocence and your freedom.
You said it. He got to do the work. You can't, he has to get to a point of healing where it doesn't matter who's saying you did it, who's saying you're innocent, and who's saying you're guilty, but just focus on your innocence and what you know to be true and do the work to heal so that those outside voices that are going to continue well beyond this won't affect you in a way to where you will do anything to harm yourself. Because I don't care what it is. It could be a case that's bigger than this, or it can be a situation that's smaller than this. When your integrity has been attacked, your name has been kicked through the mud. And I think the process is still the same. And it's exactly what you said. It's just knowing what the truth is and being grounded and sticking around the people that know you, the true person. And just go where that energy flows and work on your healing.
Yeah, I think it kind of echoes a lot to Jonathan Major's case when we spoke on that.
He dating Megan Good now. This Megan Good.
No, I'm just saying it's similar.
It'd be Megan Good. I don't know.
They said 5 years ago though.
Oh,
hey, he got some allegations supposedly back then.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but she would have said multiple if it was him. She didn't get into
It's a couple of people that this could fit in that world.
Right. No. She ain't that caliber. But
how you know what caliber it is? You know the people?
Yeah, I work with her. I fuck with her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know her. No, it ain't. It ain't that
So he ain't an A-lister, is what you
Hey,
I don't think Denzel and them calling in and leaving.
Yeah, I mean, it might be some A-list dingling that's flowing around, but I think that
what's going on, man? Your wordplay has been ridiculous today, man.
no, I'm just saying, like,
I've heard
it
ding-a-ling,
reminds me of the whole
it's like, who says ding-a-ling? Like what kind of country shit is that?
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't heard it since I left Mississippi.
I'm telling you, man, I haven't heard ding-a-ling in so long, bro. Like,
might be a part of my next bars on the next show.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Ring, ring, ding-a-ling. No, I think he's definitely gonna need like a tribe of people around him in his corner that knows his story. Like even like this testimony, like she said, haven't went to trial yet, but she heard what the victim has said, like presenting that to, like people that's as part of this case, that can play out major and like the deciding factor on what happens with his fate. But knowing his truth, speaking to his truth, and just being around positive influences, I guess, is going to kind of help him get through this battle, because it's hard when, like the public opinion has this, especially when a woman speaks out, when they're the first to kind of like say, hey, look, this is what happened to me. Traditionally, like the judicial system got to be cautious on how to, like, you got to handle that with care, because like you said, it could be anything, it could be rape or whatever, but and sometimes they don't look at all the facts in it. But her having this story, I think that could play a huge factor in like his innocence. So I would try to use that in some type of way. Like if like the person who's saying that have these allegations and they've been raped, and they can't confide it in you and told you that truth, I'll say you can use that as evidence for this man's freedom. So
you might it could be hearsay, depending on like what judge allows it to be evidence. But I mean, it could be possibly something. But it just like you said, just freedom. I wouldn't worry about like I won't worry about money in a career. You know what I'm saying? Like reputation is very major, and I understand that. Like your name is all you got. So yeah, like just work on that, and it's one step at a time. But that shit's tough, bro. Tough situation to be in.
Mm-hmm.
Like just real shit. That's a tough spot to be in.
For both parties too.
For which party?
I mean, because she's a support system right now, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I didn't know if you were talking about like the maybe victim. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I didn't know what was going on, but yeah. I mean, shout out to her for being like people don't. That's dope, because people don't stay in your corner when you're going through shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's easy for a woman to bounce if you're dealing with a sexual assault. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you for being a solid support system, man. Like it's good to find people like that in life, bro.
And also, I just pray that what she believes is facts.
Oh, yeah. Right.
So it's really like when you said that, I thought you were getting at all parties involved, because we don't know. We were not there.
Yeah.
That's kind of, that's a triple entendre.
I appreciate that call. Not the situation, but
that was
sharing.
The respect
sharing with us.
They wanted our opinion on shit like that.
Yeah. No, it's easy to your name is everything. You know what I'm saying? That shit's more valuable than anything. But the most valuable thing, I told my little cousin this today on the phone, as black men, bro, sometimes we get caught up in materialistic shit, shit that don't matter. But the most valuable thing for a black man to be is alive, free, and conscious and aware. Like that's your value. Like not a car, not a chain you put on, not women you can get, not a club you could get VIP in, not where you could travel, where you can go, with being alive, free, conscious, and aware. We dangerous when we like that. That's facts.
Oh, yeah.
So I hope that brother stays alive, free, and conscious, is what I'm saying.
No,
Shout out
he
to
definitely not still alive. I just hope he can get free.
life ain't
I think that was the last call.
That's last call. Okay, shout out to that. That was
I
solid.
can't take no more.
Solid work.
Let me make sure though.
No, I think that's it. Let's do the let's talk about Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. And it's not about the child this time, thank God. You know what I'm saying? I almost asked you your opinion on this shit, but I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna put you in that spot. It's tough. Talk about folks' kids and shit.
I really don't talk about people's kids.
Yeah, I don't like to do that either.
Especially in the physical and stuff. I know some people say things about people's kids, but I don't. As far as like the whole, pronoun thing and all this stuff, that they're one thing I don't care for is them just pushing this stuff down kids' throat in kindergarten and in elementary and stuff like that. They have enough that they need to deal with in school and just in life. And some of them, the stuff that I'm seeing coming to them, some of the things that I see the kids going through, and then now you're adding on all this pronouns and pushing this agenda down their throat of changing their sex and all this kind of stuff. I don't agree with it. Let the kids be kids and figure it out for themselves as they get older, what it is that they are feeling like. It's okay if they're feeling this or that and they express it to you, but I don't like the all this agenda being pushed down their throats so that complicates their thinking.
That's almost like rape too, when you push something down somebody's throat.
Yeah, like stop throwing it in their face and putting it out there. Let the kids be kids. And so that's all I have to say about that part.
I'm gonna go ahead and present this story.
Real quick, let's talk to 50-50. What was she? We got a clip from Gabrielle Union, sister, the Wade family. Shout out to the Wades, man. Trey gonna play a little clip for us. But she spoke about a trendy social media topic over the years, man. How the bill should be paid.
She definitely about to let you know real quick.
Usually the conversation is like traditional household and, man paying all the bills. And then, the new school way of now, some of the new jits, they say they got $40 for you and we could go 50-50 on these bills.
She about to let you know how she wanted it done.
Did you develop that first sense of security?
In this household, we split everything 50-50. But in the other households that each of us have to support, it puts there's always this like gorilla on your back that is like, you better work, bitch. You better work.
Gorilla on her back.
You gonna sleep in? Somebody might not eat.
The whole gorilla on her back.
I hate to say it, but I fucks with her. She makes sense in this clip.
I don't think it's about like I understand like because she said they taking care of other families because they both from a divorce situation. So I think they both are paying alimony. So they got to have some type of understanding of like I'm still paying taking care of other people. You are too. And me and Gio talk about this in the group chat all the time. I say this all the time. I don't care how much money I make. And I could be 50, I could be a billionaire. Like she gonna get up and do something. Like we'll start you a business, we'll do all that, but you about to get up and do something, man. Because for one thing, idle minds is the devil's playground. We all should have a purpose and be out doing something, or it's just gonna be you gonna be doing frivolous shit and blowing my money. And second of all, if this shit don't work, if I pay all the bills, guess what? I gotta keep paying all the bills. Even if you ain't with me, I gotta pay you, pay alimony and all of that. But if it's 50-50, I'm pretty sure they got prenups that are like the same type of shit. You walk away with what you came with, type
which ain't bad. Prenups
ain't bad. No, marriage is a business agreement. People just don't see it like that, but it's business, bro, and that's how you should approach it. A little bit love as well, but it's also some business involved. You sign the contracts with the government and shit,
right?
I personally don't think everything should be transactional. I think it should be situational based. But for, I guess, their situation, they both came into a similar situation where they both came from money. He was an NBA star. She came in as a headline A-star A-list actress. So I think it's also situational based, man. I can only speak to my experiences and whatnot, but I think uh, what works for the goose works for the gander. If it works for your household, and
Hey.
by all
Oh,
means.
for sure.
Um, but for me personally, I think my situation, like no, I didn't come into a situation where I made more money than my counterpart. We came into a situation where it was like, all right, we going all in on love type shit, and let's put everything together, and let's work this out as a team. There came times where like she sacrificed her career to move to a whole nother fucking country and put everything on hold for me, and I think that was monumental. When it comes to part to me saying, all right, well, it ain't no 50-50 type. It's like, it's a team effort type shit. So I think it's all situational based, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, it's definitely in their situation. I'll explain it. It makes, yeah, you rich, you can take care of yourself. It don't even make sense for me to pay your bills. Like we both rich ass people. Um, you can't be out here lollygagging, bro. Like as you can see, what's my man name? The dude that's married to Eva from the Housewives.
Oh yeah, and even
He's
top
paying
model, yeah.
right. He's paying child support on a child that's not even his in this divorce, right? And it's the same type of. I'm just saying, like you got to give people like the reality of what marriage is as well. Like we saying it's not transactional, and you should do things out of love. But the moment it hits the fan, now you back to transactions. Like it's gonna be more business that's going on when it's time to end to dissolve that same situation. You have to do business to set it up. You got to do business to dissolve it. And you could get into a situation where you did things out of love and taking care of maybe a child that you didn't even birth. And now that you're like it's a divorce, you still gotta pay child support, on children that aren't yours, and that's a thing. So, and I know dudes that are stuck in that situation. I know dudes that have gotten burnt. So it just you gotta be well aware of your entire situation. You know what I'm saying? I speak very highly of sis all the time. Like Kiana's a gem. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my sis. I love her. She's very special. You don't find people like her, what I'm saying, every day on these streets, like who she is as a person. I admire y'all relationship, how y'all move together. It's very dope. It's inspiring and shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's the other side to this, man. Like I said, like early in the show, I said what Pac found out. Like it's different side to this, man. And you just gotta be very aware of what you're dealing with because it's been some dudes that got crushed, dealing with their children and love and they find out like people playing games. I've seen some dudes that never bounce back in life from shit like that.
Yeah, I'll go ahead. I'll let you speak, Chelle.
No, I'm agreeing with all y'all. I mean, I know two people very close to me that life has been crushed because of situations like this. They love the kids and do for the kids and take the situation as like, hey, I'm all the way in just to be hurt in the end because it wasn't what they thought, or stuff came out and it's like, wow, very devastating. So those no winners in some of those situations.
Yeah, unfortunate. Like we gotta learn how to treat each other. That's all. Being honest and transparent is key.
Yeah, and in the end, just think about the kids.
Yeah.
Whatever your heart can take as a grown person, if you can still do the right thing by the kids, even though you were hurt in there occasionally in that situation, it wasn't the kid's fault. The kid didn't ask to be here. So I just always tell people, based off my own experiences and situations with co-parenting, we'll share for another day. I got some unique situations with my kids' dynamics, right?
Yeah.
So several people that be in a room, a whole village of men. But anyway, I'll just say that you just gotta focus on the kids. That's what's important.
That's facts.
Now I listened to this one podcast and it was talking about the different dynamics of how things are, I guess, Western relationships compared to other countries and whatnot, and like how they have in India, they have like arranged marriages, and how they are so successful and having arranged marriages, but like, are they happy type deal? Like, or like, you know, there's been instances where people put like all this investment in, like, you know, not really showing their true representation of who they are, and then, you know, come to find out years later, you know, there's somebody totally different, and you know, your life has changed. And you know, like, I don't know, just listening to like the different dynamics of like that show and what they were talking about kind of like sparked interest in my mind of like how the divorce rate is what it is here, and like how like people like place values in different things. And like, I don't know, in India, for instance, like they were saying that it is more of a business transactional thing where it's like arranged marriage, your family pick out your spouse. But on the flip side of that, are you really happy? Are you really like
Let me give you some shit, man. They doing it here in America too. They just not telling you that.
Right.
Wealthy families aren't marrying on anybody. You see wealthy families marry other wealthy families. You seeing athlete kids marrying other athlete kids, bro. Like, I'm teaching my children who to go date and marry. Like, I'm around athletes, man. And I look at these dudes' wives. They look like I know a dude. I'm not gonna say any names. I'm not looking at their wives weird. I'm explain what I'm saying. But when I'm around this dude, right? He's an athlete. You know what I'm saying? His brothers, all his brothers are athletes, right? I look at him. I look at how these dudes move as a family in the unit. But I look at the wives they chose. All these women were athletes. I don't think that's a coincidence, you know. And some dudes speak about that on podcasts. You know, I try to find a girl that run track because I know we're gonna breed an athlete. You know, wealthy people do this, man. Like, other cultures do it, and I don't know if the poor classes of other cultures do it, but definitely the wealthy classes in America definitely are arranging marriages. You know, if you look at like even Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy kids are like engaged, right? Like, that's a world. Like, they're like, yo, don't go date no any Joe Schmo. Like, you know that this, like the bloodline. You know what you're getting, bro. You know you're not getting from people that's trying to rob you and steal from you. They got a certain level of achievements and legacy that they got to be protective of. Like, it's a thing in other in America as well, just not for us.
I think it's different levels to it though. I think in America you still have like, I think in other cultures they don't have a choice. The people
they do. They just not gonna get that inheritance. You go do it, and I'm pretty sure the same thing with these celebrities. All right, you go marry Bobby Brown child. You want to, motherfucker? You cut this shit off.
You are not in the trust no more.
you cut off the faucet. You don't think, like, what do you think about that?
I don't think that's true love though. I don't think like if you arrange something for somebody else, like who's to say just because this is Eddie Murphy's kid, I'm gonna be happy with this motherfucker?
No, I wouldn't say arrange, but there would be a
but
criteria.
But those other countries, it's arranged. Like, you have no choice but to marry this child. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's different. It's their culture, so it's their norm. It's just been how you look at love too. You can learn to love anything.
True. We learned that in Coming to America. She told him that.
No, you can learn. That's a fact, though. You can learn to love anything.
You can learn to hate that motherfucker too.
True.
Yeah.
And that can be after you chose that person.
I mean, like, look at it, bro. We seen Flavor of Love. Like you see these filthy rich dudes, these ugly rappers that are like filthy rich and got the baddest women in the world. You don't think the women are learning how to love this ugly nigga? Yeah, they learn how to love his ugly ass. Man.
That money make you look real good.
That money make you look real handsome and cute. I'm gonna figure out how to like hug your little ugly gremlin ass and all that shit, man. Kodak is one of the ugliest people on this planet, but he got him, boy. They lining up for him. They don't care how ugly he is. They're gonna learn how to love this man.
Oh yeah.
You got money, they're gonna learn how to love you. They're gonna treat you just like you. Ain't gonna know no difference if you got the right amount of money. I swear. It's gonna feel like love. You don't think them dudes know they ugly? You don't think these dudes know these women with them for their money, but it feel like love?
Biggie said it. Biggie said it. Black ugly as ever.
However, I
I
stay
stay
Gucci
The
down
truth
to
was
the
to
told.
the socks, rings, and watch filled with rocks.
filled with rocks. Girls pee-pee when they see me. That's what he said.
Okay, that's
She's squirting in her drawers when I walk
enough
up.
said. Okay, so we know
From this Versace, this ice I got, big as the sun.
that's
You
all they
understand.
see. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Trey
Forget the
lagged
look.
out. What happened to Trey?
Mhm.
he's buffering.
He's rocking
yeah.
back and forth in
Yeah.
lag land right now.
Initially, of course, we lost him completely.
He'll come
But
back.
yeah, initially when I heard that little sound bite that she said, I was like, "Girl, bye."
Yeah.
And then when I thought about it, I was like, you know what? It makes a lot of sense. I actually do agree with her on that. Like from a non-rich person perspective, I
Yeah.
still know what it feels like to take care of multiple homes and take care of multiple family members and things like that. Things I don't even speak on. That person, this person don't know what I do for this and that one. And even on my scale of finances, I feel a heavy weight that I gotta keep going and I gotta keep grinding because they need me. And I think that God continues to bless me abundantly so that I can continue to give in a way that is not where I'm giving and I'm like mad about it or I'm like distraught and I can't find joy in it. I can give and still feel good and sleep at night and be
Right.
a cheerful giver, as they say,
Giving
because
without
I know
expectation.
I know that that's going to continue to come to me overflowing and abundantly because he's always provided for me. So I get that, but that doesn't mean that I can just stop
Right.
and sit on my ass. No, that don't mean that. It just means that he keeps providing for me and giving me the breath, the energy, the people around me, the village, all these things he keep putting in my presence and bringing into my life to make sure that I can keep on furthering the work.
No, that's food. Appreciate them words.
So I'm with her. People got a lot of stuff to say about her and stuff like that about different things she say, and that's I understand, right?
No, yeah,
But-
spread that word, so it's 50-50, man.
But this
Yeah.
one, I go 50-50 with you. I go 90-10 with you. I go 80-20 with you as long as it's reciprocated. That's my
That's it. Like everything got to be a dollar amount, right?
Right.
But if we in it 50-50, like I don't like bro, so I'm not into the transactional stuff because I'm gonna protect mine, make sure everything I'm building is for a legacy. So I'm gonna make sure like that's secure. I'm not worried about you robbing me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like the energy got to be 50-50. I don't want to measure.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get to the point where I feel like I gotta measure like if we giving that, but I'm gonna know it. Like if it's way off, like you said, if it's 80-20, it's like, hey, what's like you gotta match me. Like it could be 80-20 financially, but we can't be 80-20 in a relationship.
Correct.
Right?
What
like,
I mean is if it's whatever it is, if you got $1 and I got $4, we got $5. That's
correct.
What I mean.
Yeah, we in
I'm
life
saying
together.
I
Yeah.
might not have the 80 today, but you got the 80 today and I got the 20 today. And
right.
We are
rocking
one.
with it.
It ain't no problems with it. It ain't no beef. It
No.
ain't nothing to talk about.
No, yeah,
I don't agree with 50-50 in a relationship. Or maybe on their level or they pay status, they can do that for whatever reason. They agree with that. For me in a relationship, I don't want nobody coming at me talking about some 50-50.
Listen, if we ain't helping each other while we in life together.
Exactly. If you
go do you over there. Yeah, like
I don't want nothing like that.
Come on, if we ain't in this motherfucker
guys
together,
like
come on, bro.
If a guy
I'm with you
like that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
If a guy come at me like that, I'm like red flag all the way. Because I'm not. No man is gonna come at you. No man that knows what a woman should be doing and that you should be the head and it being about security and all these other things. I'm not talking about no using a situation. I'm just talking about just in general. If he been by other people or whatever his situation is, and he coming at me talking about some, we 50-50. You can miss me with that. Get somebody else to do it. Because
I'm trying to figure out
how no man is gonna do
bills.
Huh?
I'm trying to figure out how the hell they divide these bills. What the hell? So
I can't speak on rich people, but I'm talking about regular smuggler me. Don't come at me with that. We ain't doing no 50-50. Now, if I pay for me, and I have taking guys I've dated, been, dated for a little while or whatever, even like a couple of days in, I have been like, you know what? I pull my card out and I already take care of the bill. I'm not saying that.
Give people your social media. They about to blow your shit up.
It's right there. Caramel Latte 83.
Yeah, okay, yeah, they about to blow it. They about to blow your shit up, bro.
Seriously.
I
am a helpmate, but if a man coming at me talking about something, oh no, I don't do nothing unless it's 50-50. We coming.
I see what you're saying. That's the wrong type of energy that you present.
Yeah.
Like, no, that energy, who taught you that? Because that definitely ain't, if you came from a household where you had your mother and father, that's definitely not what we're used to growing up to seeing. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't grow up like, with a nuclear family in a sense of what, some people are blessed to have or whatever, but I had a good life and I was blessed with, a good family or whatever. We didn't have much, but we definitely had love. But all I'm saying is I'm not doing that 50-50 mess with no regular man.
No, we definitely even had like that conversation, but I'm not, that's like, people even, like, how do you even start a conversation with something? Like, I don't even know how that conversation starts. So
it happens.
I don't want to be with nobody that I don't feel like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm broke, I can't call on, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm worried about you talking about my 50-50 when I'm in a situation where I may need you, you know what I'm saying? I may need your support.
Right.
And not just even financially, like we trying to get through life, and we all on this journey, and you supposed to be my help me,
right?
Type shit. So 50-50, just all of it sounds crazy, like we negotiating, you know what I'm saying? Right. And people that are doing 50-50 definitely ain't doing 50-50 outside the finances. They're gonna definitely be lacking energy and everything else in life, the spiritual stuff that you need. If they looking to go 50-50 on finance and they locked in like that, trust me, outside that finance, they ain't giving you 50-50. They're at about a 10 because they ain't even connected.
Absolutely.
They connected to transactions.
Right. Because if you at zero at any given time and we locked in like that, I got you 100%.
Right.
And if you know what I'm saying? So, but like you said, it's all about the energy you coming in with. And I think some guys or whatever, that's the problem with the dating thing right now. I feel like is just that people sending their representative and then they got crazy ass expectations of, because they bringing this stuff from their past hurt and they got used or picked the wrong woman and she showed them what was up. And so now you coming at me, a real woman that got my own everything and don't need you to finance nothing because I can finance myself. So you need to come at me correct. And it ain't about money, but you can't come at me sideways talking about you gonna do this or it's gonna be this way with me because you was dealing with a girl that didn't have, she was fine, but she was broken and she don't own shit. You can't talk to me like that.
Gio, how you coming at her? She got her own duffel. She moving how Chelle moving. How you stepping, my G?
Asking, can I be a stay at home?
I get that all the time.
You gonna cook and clean.
I ain't
Listen
no man,
here.
Okay. Listen
here.
But I ain't no man, so no.
I'll be a stay. I'll be
Can I be a stay at home?
I'll be Stedman.
Gabby Union.
But
no,
dude, I ain't got I ain't having no more kids. So what you staying at home to do?
To provide the ambiance you need so that you can continue to excel in the fields that you do, sweetheart.
You gonna be with your
You gonna build me some houses? What you gonna be doing?
Hey, I can do it. We can make it happen.
A whole bunch of niggas
DIY every day if you stay at home. I'm gonna have
DIY. He won't gonna be doing it too. It could be all natural products. Yeah, your shit.
You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong.
I did that before. We'll talk about that in another podcast. But I did that before, Gio. I did that before.
You know, everybody gotta have a failed experience before they have a successful one. So that's all that is.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Gio, you ain't got a gripe. I got a gripe.
Go ahead, big dog.
I told Trey about this gripe too. Man, black people, we gotta stop getting food by restaurant establishments with a green wall and a neon sign.
It's a setup if they got a green
fucking
flower wall.
That fake grass or that fake moss. Yeah.
God, every time I've been going for like the last 0 for like 5 of like Instagram spots, right?
Mhm.
Like some of these spots be dressing their shit up just for like pictures and shit, and the food be
For
terrible,
aesthetics,
bro.
yeah, but it's
Yeah.
Not in Houston,
though.
though. Not in Houston, though.
Shit, all y'all got is hookah and wings. That's it. Every establishment.
They got hookah everywhere. They got hookah in church in Houston.
What'd you say?
They got hookah in church in Houston. I seen the service with
You
some
gotta
hookah.
have a hookah.
That nigga TDJs have a hookah session after every doggone service.
I heard that. He in Houston, right?
No, he in Dallas.
No, then I ain't. They don't do that in Dallas.
That's a different animal. It's like right 3 hours from me, right next to it, but I don't know. It's like for me, they like different.
Y'all got Joe Osteen?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I knew it. One of them niggas out there.
You better go to the church.
Real quick.
Yep. I've been there one time and I was like, never again. Cause I'm Southern Baptist from Mississippi, like dirt road, small Baptist church. So that church just felt too big for me. I just felt, I couldn't do it. So I went one time and it was like a stadium. Like it was like I was at a baseball
concert.
I couldn't do it. It was just too much.
He show you the bricks in the wall?
Huh?
He show you the bricks in the wall?
It was a good service, but I just didn't like that feel. Like it's not for me. I'm a small town. I'm a small church girl.
Too much jail, huh?
Just too big.
You ever run into Charleston White out there? You ever run into Charleston White? Big fan of Charleston White, man. I love that guy. You ever run into him out there?
Mm-mm.
No.
Mob ties.
Mob ties. A lot of beef with them. I like their beef.
What, the mob ties?
Yeah. Does Dallas and Houston have a beef or no? That's not a thing.
I think so. I can't speak on it really right now, but I think so. Because I mean, I feel like people in Houston always talking, ish about Dallas people, because I do, but I love going to Dallas because I love my people in Dallas and stuff. But it's a certain flair of bouginess that I feel about people that live in Dallas. They just like a different breed from the Houston. I like to look at Houston like a melting pot. Like Houston is a melting pot, and so is Dallas. A lot of people come and implant into Dallas too as well, and it's a fun time. But it just ain't as for the culture to me as much in Dallas as it is in Houston. For me, I feel more comfortable.
They said we got a little bit more stank on it in Dallas.
I just like H-Town like so much better. But I got a lot of people in Dallas. I like visiting Dallas. I like eating there. The East is good just in Texas, period. Like hands down. But I just be feeling like them Dallas people be just having a little extra like bouginess, and not bougie. Like I like it. I'm like a ghetto, whatever. But yeah, it's just something about it. I don't think I could live there.
Yeah, let's get up out of here, man. I appreciate you hanging out with us, Chelle. It's getting late, and we want to hold you hostage all night. We usually play music on the way out. You got some tunes?
Gio, what you got?
We normally let the women go first because we're gentlemen.
Oh well, okay. Let me.
But I can go if you.
Okay, you can go. But I was gonna say because y'all had spoken on something earlier or whatever, and I was about you was talking about the music industry and stuff like that. And I ain't gonna say where I went, but I had went somewhere this weekend, and they would absolutely, positively would not play Megan Thee Stallion anymore.
What strip club was that?
And I felt the type of way about it, and I knew it was all about like
them siding with Tory.
Yeah, and just like beef and them being political and stuff. And I felt the type of way with that because I feel like as a business, you need to stay neutral. But then you gotta, when you start thinking about who the backdoor stuff and the stuff we don't know about,
who funding what,
stuff,
yeah,
right?
buddy.
When you start thinking about all of that little shit to be going on in them streets and stuff, I was like, say less. So I want to hear something. I don't know. Give me some female rapper.
Oh, you gonna make this?
You gotta pick your own female rapper now.
I mean, let's go with
you
Megan.
got no city girls in your shit.
Let's go now. Let's go with Megan. Let's go with Ice Spice. Anybody, I'm good. Whatever. I love them all. Lotto.
You ready to go, Glow?
Yeah, no, I got it. I'm a. How can I say this? I'm a implement a little bit of Dirty Mackin. It's this group called NMFO. And the title of the track is Leave That Nigga. And it's getting ready to be the summer anthem.
You wanna be brain's telling you to cut them loose right now. Then your heart hurts for a while. Now look at you. Cause you deserve it, girl. He should be nervous, girl. Because you're perfect, girl. With your friends from roam the streets, might as well come home to me. Cause the streets belong to me. That is gonna be out tomorrow.
Leave that nigga today.
You won't be with him no more, girl.
I could see it all over your face.
I don't want but into your business,
Cause I know that's not my place.
We don't even make you happy. Better leave that nigga today. That is gonna be out tomorrow. Leave that nigga today. You won't be with him no more, girl. I can see it all over your face.
Yeah, so that's
Okay.
a little
I can feel
jam,
that,
man.
especially
It's a
with
little
summer
jam.
hitting or whatever. I'm about to be
Yes,
outside.
sir.
I'm already
Yes,
booked for
sir.
I'm already booked for the wine festival in Napa.
Okay.
So we about to get litty all summer long, okay? About to be
Go
outside.
ahead and enjoy it.
Catch me
Enjoy
if you
it.
can. I enjoyed y'all.
Yeah, likewise. Trey, you ready or no? If not, I can.
Trey's screen went out, bro.
What the hell he got going on tonight? All right, I'm just gonna play something real. Driving scenes. Kamua, I think that's how you say his name. Just something I ran into in my algorithms on Spotify. Dope shit.
I watch Queen and Slim, I only like the driving scenes. I don't like watching black folks slaughtered. It triggers trauma, even in black movies. Still can't survive the scenes. I only like the driving scenes. Where I'm from, people don't survive the scenes. They never leave. Ain't no adventure movies, all drama and comedy and horror eventually. Cage birds don't sing, they scream like banshees, tangled in branches. Or what you thought was home starts taking advantage. I only like the driving scenes. When I was young, traveling was my father's dream. We stargazed, wanderlust and horizons from a different vantage. What if we could vanish in vibrancies privately on a different canvas? What is black? What if we could abandon the fallacies of following those we thought were empowering all the while we're devouring? What if all the agony of stagnancy, the malady? What if pacify these things? What if packs a lot of seams? What if petrify these dreams? We make them stone so they never die and we forever drive. Seems like we ain't ever gonna rise. Seems like we just in it for the ride. Seems like we've been ready for a while. Where do we go from here? Everything flows from here. My grandmother took my father for drive.
Can't move. Driving scenes. Dope shit.
Somebody got to end it with Tupac. Somebody,
Right?
Come on,
Good.
y'all. You got
Where
to.
the hell
I can find a remix of Tupac if y'all like.
All right, let's do that. Where did you?
Play some Pac for Chelle.
Yeah.
So you good with it, bro?
Yeah,
you have a lot of technical difficulties this week. You all right, brother?
No, I had drain the snake.
That's not a technical difficulty.
Physical difficulties.
Right.
Is it on me?
Well, you gonna play some Pac for Chelle real quick, and then it's on you.
All right. Oh, I thought you was gonna go with some Meg Thee Stallion.
She want to hear some Pac.
She want to hear some.
Somebody should play some Pac. We talked a lot of Pac today, man.
Yeah.
So
I'm feeling that. That's what I'm feeling in my soul right now.
Pac.
To be honest,
it's you know, one of them little mashups, but it's gonna slide.
That's even better because I couldn't pick just one.
Fuck all y'all. I didn't hear nobody. Money gone, fuck friends. I need a homie that know me when all this motherfucking cops be on me. I got problems. Ain't nobody calling back. Now what the fuck is happening with my ball and guys? Remember me? I'm your homie that was there on the brawl. Sipping Hennessy, hanging with the clowns and all. We used to do is drink, brew, screw, and come and knew we had bitches by the dozens. We fucking cousins. You can throw your middle finger if you feel me low. A nigga just got paid and we still was broke. It took time, but finally the cash was mine. All of the world took a hustler, stuck in the ground. Look around, and all I see is snakes and things just like scavengers. Way to take a hustler's place, and then you stop. Where the fuck is all
Yeah. Okay.
Little Pac for everybody, man.
Slide.
That was good.
What you got for us, Trey?
Big suspense.
You muted, Trey, just so you know. You still trying to figure it out. You just to stay ready. You ain't got to get ready. Ain't ready. Ain't was scrambling through his likes and his playlists and trying to figure out some heat.
I asked my 22-year-old daughter. She's an Instagram influencer, pretty successful. And I said, Jay, what am I going to do if I'm a little nervous about this podcast? Like, I'm nervous. And she was like, Mom, just take a shot. Get something off your bar. Get some tequila and take a shot. So I was like, that was some good advice.
Yeah. Relax. Take the edge off a little bit. Trey, we can't hear you, bro. You muted.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all heard Conway the Machine new album, but I'm gonna rock with something.
I haven't. I need to check that.
Yeah, let me add that.
We talked about Tupac. We also talked about Kanye. He got a track on his album called Kanye. I think it's a fire track, so I'm gonna rock with that.
Nice.
I gotta check this, man.
I'm gonna give you something to talk about. They even talked about Jesus. I'm gonna give you something to talk about. They even talked about Jesus. Didn't nobody believe us. Didn't nobody believe us. They even talked about Jesus. They ain't believe in me, but I believed in myself. Give it up to God that my mom is at peace and good health. Only thing I'm focused on now is increasing my wealth. When you die, what you gonna leave your kids? Some sneakers and belts? Joe, you wildin' like Marcellus, you speak for yourself. Had some convos with Kanye, I'ma keep to myself. Some friends said my dreams is too lofty, I'll reach it myself. Guess that's why they come up short and like a Keeble or L. Yeah, as far as the work go, I'm too committed. Even family project their fears on you with superstition. Told them exactly what I was about to do and I did it. I'm gonna give you something to talk about.
The Machine, man.
I'm gonna give you something to talk about. They even talked about Jesus. Didn't nobody believe us.
Yeah, I'm gonna end it there, man. That's Kanye, Conway the Machine, track called Kanye.
That's dope.
That is dope. Like that.
I gotta catch up on some Griselda music. All right, any shout outs before we get out of here? Shout out to your daughter for telling you to take that shot, man. She knows.
Yeah, shout out to my 2 daughters and my mama. I love you, mama.
Mama!
I got one. I normally don't do one, but I gotta do one for Baba type shit. To the ancestors, hopefully by the time this gets released, it will be Malik El Shabaz's Earth Day, Earth Strong Solar Return. So
already
gotta do it one time. So
for the GOAT. Father of rap, man.
You said Baba, but I thought you were talking about the dick pill.
Yeah, but I like, well, you I know this guy's inappropriate. Shit, I keep telling you.
Hey,
I know.
I didn't want to go with the honey pack. I wanted to go the natural route.
Right.
Yeah, I know you taking the streets on that one, but yeah. Shout out to all the calls, everybody who called in. And,
yes.
Give us support on a weekly basis, man. Shout out to Chelle for showing up, pulling up, giving us that entrepreneur game.
Already. Come back and kick it with us for sure. Like regularly. Come hang out.
Let me know.
Already. That's good vibes.
Get some estrogen on this.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Need it.
It's necessary.
Oh, yeah. Big extra energy.
All right, we out here. Trey, you know your shout outs, brother.
Yeah, y'all better cut me off, man. Go ahead, cut me off because I
Yeah.
can go.
The bee, the killer bee.
Hey, man, peace, love, blessings. Next week we'll be right back at y'all. It's the Culture Uncut podcast.
Thank you, guys. Did you stop?